wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want.
I got Mickey D's on the way. I got the Mickey D's nuts on the way. Oh, shit. Oh, guys. Pal World has taken over my life. Soon I will be fully integrated into Pal World, and I will be streaming from Pal World. And I will die in Pal World. This is a bit if you haven't noticed that yet. Okay. I've been, like, playing Pal World until like 11 o'clock at night, and then not being able to fall asleep until like 1 in the morning. Oh my god, the Master Collection! I forgot about the Master Collection Volume 2! Oh, I'm so excited! I'm totally gonna play this shit on stream. What?! Oh my god, I forgot about this! Oh, I'm so excited! Oh, I'm gonna buy this, I don't care, take all my money. Oh, I'm gonna play this.
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose.
Boss,
I love
why
this
are you
franchise.
doing this?
The one who survives will inherit the title of boss.
Peace Walker!
Restored to life. You're crazy. Boss.
Jack!
It doesn't change the fact that I killed her. You're not the boss. The boss is dead.
It's insane to me that PlayStation stopped making handhelds because, like, so there was Metal Gear Solid 3 and then there was Peace Walker that happened right after it. It was a straight, direct connection, like directly in line to be the next game in the franchise. And it was a PlayStation Vita exclusive. No, it wasn't. It was also on PSP. PlayStation Portable, right? And it's so weird to think that they never made another handheld after the Vita. It's so sad.
Kill me.
Answer me! Tell me why! Boss! I have no future.
Yes!
This is just as I'd hoped.
Oh, I'm so hyped for this one. Let's go!
This is my fight. My destiny.
I cannot imagine
Oh,
that's
let's
what the boss
go.
would have wanted.
Liquid Snake!
Zero and Big Boss. They both misinterpreted her will.
You're pretty good.
Yo, this was my high school, baby. Let's fucking go!
Liquid Snake!
Zero and Big Boss.
Yo,
They both.
I remember missing out on so many like public things, just like events at like school, just staying home playing this game.
Interpreted her will.
Yo,
Pretty good.
yo,
The world would be better off.
oh please tell me there's gonna be another game. Oh no, that's it. Is Delta gonna be in this? No. Okay. 8/27. Is that? That's this month, isn't it? Oh, it's the 30th. It's the 31st. I mean, that's next month. Oh, I'm getting that. I don't even fucking care, bro. I don't even care. Ghost Babel. Yo. We go play Metal Gear Solid 4 on stream too. Guaranteed. Oh, what? We got Gears of War multiplayer preview? Oh, you know we're gonna watch that. No way in hell we don't watch that. Croc 2? Oh, we got more about the pod racers. Morning, everybody. Morning, Cool Breezy. Morning, Nigel.
Just squeezing through.
Motorsport is an incredibly dangerous.
I'm so hyped for Metal Gear Solid 4. I'm so hyped for it. I want it so bad. I could boot up the PlayStation 3 and play it tomorrow, but it's just, you know, like, it's not the same, damn it. What is this? Is this a game? Radshare Simulator. What is this? Oh. Saber. Really? Whoa, look at those graphics. That's actually pretty good. I'm actually shocked.
All aquariums.
What?
Just that one.
Wait. Why is he dressed like a superhero?
Remind me of my grandson. He failed at everything too. Huh.
Gee, thanks, old man. You'll have to tell me more about it at the old folks' home, dickhead.
Stimulating.
I'm not saying birds control the traffic lights.
Birds?
That's what I'm not saying.
Yo.
After a while, it starts to click. Keep your ride fresh. Keep it clean. Keep it running.
Yo, W.
Passengers too seriously. And when I think I've met the randiest of passengers, someone even stranger
Bro, what is this, like the UK or Britain? Like, randiest?
gets in.
I need a garden hose, 2 energy drinks, and a sympathy card. And fast.
I can do that.
Look in between the dictionary between shit and simplest. That's where your sympathy card will be right there.
Take a ride in my chariot, and I will take you to the castle.
Sweet rides and stimulating conversation.
Yo, W, that was a good trailer. Looks like a really fun game, too. What is this? Dinosaurs of the West official Kickstarter. You know, I'm always for helping out the little man. Let's go. What do we got?
The frontier wasn't built on horses and steam. Dinosaurs.
This is going to be a multiplayer game.
Towns, fought our wars, ruled the skies.
I never did see that movie with the aliens versus the cowboys or whatever that is, right? I wonder how that movie is. Anyone here seen that movie?
We shaped this.
How's it going, Sticks? Morning, Mossy Oak Cracker.
Not one without the other. But now.
Oh, morning, Fox Crusader. Damn, bro, it's been a minute. How you doing, big dog? It's good? You like that?
Force that believes
I'll have to check that out then.
Belongs to neither man
check that movie
nor
out.
beast.
If I'm not mistaken, Spider-Man is in theaters now. If I'm not mistaken, I think Charlie made a review video of it. I'll have to look at it and then review it. When is Spider-Man's new movie in theaters? Oh, it's today. That shit's gonna be packed. I'll have to wait till next week to go see it. I'm definitely gonna go see that in theaters. I'll let y'all know how it is, but it's not gonna be this weekend for sure. I'm gonna stay home and shutter myself in and play Pal World probably all weekend. After a stream, of course.
This time, extinction may not be natural.
If this is for a game, this looks really good. Yo, W Kickstarter. All right, we got us the Gears of War, baby. Let's get it.
It's almost hard to believe it's been 7 years since the last new mainline Gears of War.
Don't talk to me about no 7 years, bro. You have no idea what I've had to go through with for God of War. Don't even talk to me about no 7 years. Whenever they made the announcement for God, yo, a lot of y'all haven't seen this. Hold on, this is like one of the most. This is one of my favorite moments for God of War. You know what? I'll let this play. Here, I'll let this play.
Game, and as one of Xbox's marquee franchises, it seems a lot is riding on the upcoming Gears of War E-Day. I recently played roughly 10 hours of its revamped multiplayer, and yep, it sure is Gears of War. Even with that long gap, it feels both extremely familiar to play and refreshing for reasons you may not exactly anticipate. The meaningful changes I've noticed so far are perhaps more subtle, specifically the refined control scheme which shined in both the Versus and new Horde Siege modes I played. There's a lot to dig into, so gear up for my breakdown on how the big chunky boys from COG are back. I'm mostly going to dive into Horde Siege mode since that's where I spent most of my time, and it's also
Dude, I remembered in high school, I was living at somebody's house for a time. Bro, the amount of time we spent on the Horde mode trying to beat it was insane. We cranked that bitch to the hardest difficulty, and we were trying to get through the first 3 games like that. Bro, we got our asses absolutely handed to us, but you know what? We fucking did it. Dude, we would get on and play that shit for hours, man. The crowd at the game's event going absolutely crazy whenever Kratos walked through the door during the 2018 announcement. Bro, I don't want that. I want the damn. I don't want Reddit. I found it. So, like, whenever Kratos walked through the door at the E3 announcement, bro, the crowd went fucking ballistic. I need to save this video. It'd probably get taken down anyway, but I'm gonna show it. Like, this is like, whenever they finished off God of War 3, we all thought that was it. I wanted another God of War so bad I could taste it, right? And instead of getting what... Oh, here it is, right here. So check this out.
That dumb hammer doesn't scare me.
Because this was whenever they were still doing live audience, like E3, right? E3 isn't a thing anymore, unfortunately. Now watch this. They're like, oh, it's some dinky little kid, right? No one cares about that. No one cares about that. Now watch.
What for?
A test. She taught you to hunt, yes?
Yes, sir.
Then show me what you know.
See, when you make a game, that's what the audience should do. That's what the audience needs to do. Dude, the entire crowd, there were people screaming at home. I was one of them. Dude, if you go back and see the reactions of people, people were throwing their heads up on the floor, screaming, jumping up and down. That's a reaction you want from a game that's been built up for years. That's the reaction you want. Like, that's what you want to hear.
Most exciting thing that'll carry Gears E-Day's multiplayer component.
Let's go, Swan. Morning, Lily Sky. Thanks.
But
It's been
first
a minute
things
for you
first,
too, huh?
Gears E-Day features some important changes to how the series has
Oh yeah,
traditionally-
no, that. Oh shit. Speaking of that moment, I'm sorry. I want to save this. This is one of my favorite gaming moments. Even if looking back at it now, the game is a little lackluster compared to the original franchise, right? This is like gaming history. It's a show of, I mean, I guess the great peak, honestly, of gaming. I guess that's what we should call it, because we got Gamergate, and now it's like the great peak.
Controlled. The A button is fully dedicated to taking cover and moving around cover now.
Really?
As well as dodge.
Bro, why would you change the... Dude, come on, guys. Don't change the controls.
And now sliding. While sprinting, aka the artist formerly known as Roadie Run, is now mapped to the left stick click. And the Y button is dedicated to vaulting, mantling, and jumping. Yes, you can actually jump in a Gears of War game.
What?
It took quite some time.
That looks like shit. That looks awful. That looks as... That's actually about as well as I thought it would look, honestly. Because of how clunky the game mechanics are. Now, that doesn't... Like, the game mechanics and the gunplay is really smooth. But with how big the characters look, it looks like that's how it would be, right? Like,
yes,
that's...
you
Yeah.
can actually jump in a Gears of War game. It took quite some time for me to rewire my brain since we've all been so used to the A button controlling all of these actions depending on the context in which you press it. But once I acclimated with the new controls, I can't really go back. Now, the PvP versus portion of the beta was pretty standard fare with 2 modes on 2 maps.
Okay.
Team Deathmatch works like it usually does in Gears games, where 2 teams of 4, COG versus Locust, have 15 cumulative lives to live. And once a team...
Wait. Does that mean they brought back that mode too? Dude, I might have to play this game. So, like, if some of y'all have never played the multiplayer aspect of it, the Locust can play, like, as the big creatures. Like, you can play as the big-ass creatures, right? Like, the thing that looks like a hand that crawls around. And the multiplayer aspect of it, you're able to do all that stuff. So if they brought that back, I'm probably going to play this. I might even play it on stream. I might actually play I may actually play the multiplayer of this on stream.
For elimination in that round.
Oh!
Conquest is the normal control point style mode where two teams battle for marked territory that moves across the map, as each point gets held down until one team holds it for long enough. The two maps in the beta, Market and Outpost, reflect the traditional symmetrical map design with close quarter shootouts dictated by lanes, sightlines, and
I wonder if they brought back the Hammer of Dawn.
Cover spots to take advantage of and flank your opponents.
Or an equivalent, right? What even is that hitbox? Like, bro. Let's see if I can catch it. Hold on.
Cover spots to take advantage of.
Let me see if I can catch it. Let me see if I can catch it. Yeah, look. Look at this indicator. Bro, these bullets go all over the place. Yo, literally looks like an upside down peace sign. Look, guys, it's bullets of peace. Proceeds to splatter everywhere.
Finding your angles and corners and exploiting the stickiness of the cover system is still very much the bread and butter of versus mode, as is the usual shotgun meta. Basically, sprint then go into a slide as you hip fire and masher into opponents before dodge rolling out of danger.
Whoa.
It's not exactly interesting anymore and hasn't been for a while, but it's still decent fun to give it a whirl for a bit. And let's be honest, it wouldn't be Gears PvP without it, right?
Whoa!
However, what my time with PvP highlighted is that despite still feeling like you're controlling big-ass dudes slamming into cover, you're a lot more nimble thanks to the new movement system.
Really? Wait, there is a new movement system, isn't there?
I can pop in and out of cover quicker, vault over cover spots easily, and get into a sprint without much friction, loosening up the flow of Gears without losing its identity. Whereas before, I found myself fighting the control scheme itself, where the A button would too often not do the thing I intended to do, especially in tense firefights and panic-induced situations where split-second decisions matter. There's also
So, like, used to, if you would try to step on a body to kill him, sometimes you would take cover randomly. It'd be like a snapping action where you'd snap up against the side of something.
a little more emphasis on verticality since you have a dedicated jump and mantle action with the Y button. It may not sound like much, but in a game that's all about positioning and angles, it adds a dimension to the Gears combat formula for both what you can do as a player and how maps
whoever played this PvP, dude, they're good. Like, dude, he should totally stream this when it comes out. I might even tune in. Whoever's playing this, they're really good. They've got this multiplayer stuff down, bro. They're just wrecking shop.
Okay, now let's get into the star of the show, the brand new Horde Siege mode. The series pioneered the wave-based PvE multiplayer formula with its Horde mode back in Gears of War 2, and it's been a staple ever since. But instead of loading into a confined singular level specifically built for a Horde mode, Horde Siege matches spread objectives and enemy waves across a much bigger map where everything happens at once.
Bro, that was the huge problem with the first game, the second game. The map was so thin. It was like a strip of land, right? And it was like 3 times the size of Nuketown. If any of you played Call of Duty Nuketown, right? No, it'd probably be about two times the size of Nuketown's, right? It was so small, and like it was so easy to get cornered in that map too. But man, was it so fun to play! God, it was so fun to play. It reminds me a lot of the original Black Ops 2 map, right? It's kind of weird because Black Ops 2 Zombies, Gears of War, Horde mode, and there was another game. Bro, those maps are like, oh my god, like the theater and the original map from Gears of War 2. I don't think that gaming will ever have a repeat of those areas. And I hate being like, oh man, just stuck in my old ways and stuff. But man, those maps, like, just think, I'm not even a map person, just thinking back at it, like, the maps were so good and memorable because they were so simplistic. It sucked. The map sucked, right? Because if you got cornered once in either game, even for example, the World War II Zombies map, the original one, like the one before Black Ops, that map really sucked. But there was a way to, like, dodge the zombies by going into the room after the start where the door, the big sliding door with the bloody letters on it. You could like look at the pole and look down, and you can like skirt the zombies by doing a figure 8 around the poles. Right? And you could clear whole waves up to a certain point just by doing a figure 8 around the pole and looking at the pole, right? Bro, so many good memories from those games. Those maps are legendary.
This is the city of Kelowna, where Gears E-Day's story takes place, and these are the ruins left in the wake of Emergence Day when the Locusts attacked. So right off the bat, there's a thematic coherence between the campaign story and the multiplayer mode.
That was the other one. You're right, Halo 3. For me, it was Reach. I played a lot with my cousin. We played a lot of, like, Halo Reach together, like, the multiplayer. Dude, we had such fun playing that. We did.
Itself.
It was such a great game. I know a lot of people hate Halo Reach, but like
3 teams of 4 queue in.
Let's all be honest here. It's better than what they're putting out now.
To a Horde Siege match, and each team is given their own starting point and objective locations. The main task seems to always be defending a rig from waves of locusts, but teams have optional side objectives they can complete beforehand. These usually involve destroying a set of Locust assets as they spawn into the areas surrounding it, and you'll get additional rewards and in-match currency for gear and defenses. For the main objective, your team will decide when to initiate the fight, and once you do, you're locked into defending that position until you fend off all waves.
Oh!
You also have 3 styles of Horde Siege missions to pick from. Blitz gives you 1 main objective against 3 waves. Normal Siege gives you 3 objectives against 3 waves each.
Oh, I don't like the thing that you have to extract, man. I don't like that. I mean, I guess it makes sense because if you get upgrades in the match, do you get to keep all the weapons and stuff? Like, if you upgrade map parts, do you get to keep those when you come back in? Is it like Call of Duty, zombies, or not zombies, no, it would be like zombies, huh? Where you can go into the map, you go and complete objectives, and whatever weapons you escort with is the weapons you have, right? And if you die, then you lose everything. If so, that would kind of
gives you 1 objective against the full 10 waves.
Boom!
Take that! Regardless of mission type, you'll need to extract after the final wave to get the full set of match rewards. A helicopter will fly in and land at different locations while you try to survive an indefinite wave of even more locusts, which heightens the stakes and keeps you fighting until the very
you see what would make this even more fun is if you added maybe like an indefinite wave, so that way after every single wave the helicopter comes, or like every 5 waves the helicopter comes, right? I think that would be really fun.
Look alive! We have an armored Brumac in play.
It's almost open world-ish and has the slight vibe of a persistent world as multiple teams are playing in any given instance in parallel.
Really?
While you don't necessarily share objectives, you'll often see them fighting off their own waves of locusts in the distance or next door.
Well, then why have them in the same match? So this is a lot like the Call of Duty Zombies map then. So yeah, like multiple teams can drop into the same map, and when you complete, you do your own objectives. It's not PvP, which is good, right? I mean, I'm sure some of y'all want the PvP, but I do, like, come on.
It's cool to see, but it could be a nuisance when they drag their set of enemies toward you, especially when you're in between waves trying to prepare for the next one.
Yeah, like, why does this need to exist? If you can't even have the same objectives, then why would they make this? This is just annoying. Like, what?
In a pinch, though, you can naturally get some assistance if another team wants to help mow down your locust, lest they become targets themselves. That also feeds into an element of emergent gameplay, if you will, since you never really know what positions you'll have to defend when queuing into a match, forcing you to adapt to the surroundings of each key area around Kelowna as objectives get assigned. I played about 6 hours of Horde Siege specifically, and I eventually got some of the same tasks, but it still felt fresh, especially in the normal Siege mission type, since part of the deal is running across Kelowna as you're fighting to survive each moment. I imagine some folks will prefer the more mechanical, clear-cut nature and defined spaces of the traditional Horde mode, but so far, I feel like this is a more dynamic take that really complements what Gears has historically done well.
I don't think so.
As for the action itself, it's the tried and true Gears gameplay, and with my usual...
The problem that I have with this is I liked being able to fortify locations, I liked being able to build up turret systems. I don't know. I don't think this is a good idea.
Combo of Nasher and Longshot working as well as I've always remembered. And tossing a frag into a locust hole to nip the wave in the bud is as satisfying as it's always been.
Nice one!
The aforementioned qualities of the new movement system also shine here. Now, I know the way you play a Horde mode as opposed to a versus match is very different due to the chaotic movement patterns of actual players, but for the purposes of PvE, repositioning and getting between cover feels smoother than ever, which is important because Locust Hordes seem to barrel down at you at an alarming rate in each wave.
But that wasn't what made them different before. What made them different was actually fortifying locations, putting up the razor wire, like putting up the electric laser fences, right? I don't want this to feel the same as a multiplayer, like PvE game, a PvP game, right? It should feel like its own experience. Otherwise, why even have it? That doesn't even make any sense. That sucks.
It's more overwhelming than anything I've seen in previous Gears games. Handling fast-moving wretches and normal drones backed by the occasional boomer, it isn't too challenging, but when multiple berserkers and those new hulking tanks 5 times the size of a boomer pile onto you all at once, it's tough to manage.
Marcus is down!
Frantically repositioning and making the extra effort to revive down squad mates seemed to be the remedy, and once I came to grips with this...
I also don't like that there's only a certain amount of times you can go down as well. That's really stupid. So, like, whenever he went down, he had this meter. You see the arrow? That's usually an indicator that somebody's down, right? And he just lost one. I don't like that. So, like, used to, whenever you would play, if you went down and you died out, the other person could live through the wave, and then you get brought back, right?
Handling fast-moving wretches and normal drones backed by the occasional...
You know the reason why I played Gears of War's Horde mode? Is because it felt like cheating. Because I was so used to Black Ops Zombies that whenever I started playing the Horde mode, it felt like I was cheating. That's how easy it used to be and fun to play. Making something so difficult that it's just not fun, or trying to, like this is micromanaging. I would consider this a form of micromanaging. Stop trying to micromanage your gamers. Stop nerfing good builds. Embrace them. That's what makes people pick the controller back up and keep playing. A lot of the issues that these games have now that I've noticed is that they're so busy trying to micromanage everything the player does. Everything. It's just not fun anymore. It's just not fun. It's annoying. Like, what does having this add to the experience of the game? It adds nothing. It adds not a damn thing. What does having more people in the map add to the experience of the game? It adds nothing. Like, if you've got another team that's working on their own objectives, and all they're doing is trying to troll you by bringing over their mobs for you to shoot, while you're trying to get ready for your wave, what does that add? It makes me not want to play the game. Why does this need to be like that? I remember whenever you used to play the second version of the game, right? And every time you started a Horde match, not once did you have to have that game online. You could literally turn your Wi-Fi off in the house and play that shit in your own home, no problems. Even with friends. It had couch co-op. It even had LAN. But now, no. This doesn't add to the enjoyment of the game, it takes away.
Handling fast-moving wretches and normal drones backed by the occasional boomer, it isn't too challenging, but when multiple
Morning,
berserkers
Allison.
and those new hulking
Morning,
tanks
Melissa.
5 times the size of a boomer pile onto you all at once, it's tough to manage.
Marcus is down!
Frantically repositioning and making the extra effort to revive down squad mates seemed to be the remedy, and once I came to grips with this, I was able to get through a full 10 waves consistently. Mechanically speaking, it's currently not quite as intricate as Gears 5's Horde mode in terms of character classes and the more strategy-focused gameplay elements like building barricades and turrets for defense. You still earn currency based on performance, but so far it's mainly for building turrets in predefined positions or restocking on ammo at supply caches.
Gears of War 5, the Horde mode in that looked really good. I didn't play Gears of War 5 at all, but it did look really good.
As a reminder, this is a beta, so the progression system, unlocks, and rewards are subject to change. What I see now, though, is a more simplified class system with Assault, Breacher, Marksman, and Medic having just a tactical cooldown related to their specialty. But I am looking forward to the attachment and upgrade system for specific weapons as I get deeper into it when the full game comes.
Attachment and upgrades for Gears of War weapons, bro? Like, what are you talking about? What? No. No. Absolutely not. Ew.
Comes out. Despite putting in about 10 hours in the beta, there's still plenty more I want to see and do, which isn't something I would have necessarily said about a Gears game in the past.
Dude, I can't stand whenever I open up a game, right, and I'm like, oh man, I'm going to customize my gun, and you get 7 menus. 7 menus of, like, mostly locked content, all locked because of Battle Pass or because of, like, $40 microtransactions. Anytime you give them an inch, they take a mile. Anytime you hear weapon attachments in a first-person shooter game, that's an instant red flag. Instantly.
This has been the longest gap between
You know how many people would roach out on Gears of War if they actually did that, if they had season passes and stuff?
major entries, so hopefully the wait results in a multiplayer suite that has the legs to sustain the series for the long term. And we won't have to wait long, since Gears of War E-Day fully emerges on October 6th for Xbox Series X and S and PC. For more on the latest games surrounding Xbox, check out my review of Halo Campaign Evolved, or
thing to take part in. Think about it.
I'm not gonna lie, this Pod Racers game looks really good.
Just squeezing through.
Motorsport is an incredibly dangerous thing to take part in. Think about it. You're strapping yourself to a machine that harnesses the energy of explosions to propel you forwards at speeds that—
Bro, you thinking too hard about this. Just play the fucking game. I don't know what the fuck you're on about. Dude, just play the game. I have never in my life played a game and thought about the mechanics of a spaceship and how it operates. I played No Man's Sky for 2,000 hours. And you know what I thought of the entire time I was playing No Man's Sky? How am I gonna get this green? How am I gonna get currency in the game? Right? Not once in the entire time that I played No Man's Sky did I care about how my ship was running.
That, should you strike another object, will likely prove lethal.
That is kind of crazy. The fact that one fuck up will actually destroy you is an entire game changer. Morning, Base Taste. Base Taste. Morning, Hillbilly. How you doing, big dog?
Forwards at speeds that, should you
Morning,
strike another
Shaman.
object, will likely prove lethal. And yet, so many racing games fail to convey the white-knuckle line between thrill and fear. A whole generation of digital drivers have grown up with on-screen racing lines that show them the perfect acceleration.
I have never played a racing game that had that. I don't know what racing game you grew up with that had that. Need for Speed didn't have this. I've played Need for Speed Carbon. I've played, there was an old PlayStation 1 game that I played. Oh, dude, like, it was a weird fucking game. It had, like, a bunch of, like, like, racing cars in it and shit. I don't even know what it was, dude. It had, like, a clown look. Dude, they were fast, too. Old racing game for the PlayStation 1 that had, like, a crazy-looking clown car, and another one that was, like, a god-looking car. It wasn't Twisted Metal. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I know for a fact it wasn't. You had to bump or drive near the car to race it. It's not Twisted Metal, man. It didn't have the like it didn't have explosions in it at all. The game did not have I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna be able to. I know it wasn't Twisted Metal. It had like a purple car that had like a Hindu like tat on the top of it, and I remember like trying to get because there was it was like the Joker. It was literally called the Joker. Old racing games for PlayStation 1 that had a car called the Joker in it, but the way the mechanics were is that you either had to bump or drive next to the car to initiate the race, and it also, whenever you saw like a legendary car, it would immediately like do like the center cam onto the car itself that you could race.
The game you're thinking of is Tokyo Highway Battle, the first in the Tokyo Extreme Racer series. It featured a car called the Joker, and you started races by bumping or driving next to other cars.
Is that it? I don't know. This doesn't look like it either. Oh, maybe it was Drive. Was it Driver? No, that couldn't have been it. No, that's not it. No, no, no. It was on like fuck. Cause it like was on Public Roadway. Public Roadway. It was you drove on an open world map. Damn it. I keep saying Tokyo Highway Battle PlayStation 1 Joker car.
The original 1996 PlayStation.
Maybe that is it. No, that's not it. That's not. No, maybe it is, actually. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know, bro. No, maybe that's it, because I remember the white. No, that is it. Has to be it.
Path through a hazardous corner, and rewind systems that negate the impact of crashes. I did not expect Star Wars Galactic Racer to be the game that addresses those problems. And yet it all makes sense. In a galaxy far, far away, motorsport takes place at vastly higher speeds, in much deadlier vehicles, across far more dangerous terrain. If it was going to feel exactly right, of course developer Fuse Games had to dial up the fear. During a 4-hour session, I was able to play through the entirety of the first act of Galactic Racer's single-player campaign, which takes your protagonist Shade from their first ever race.
I'm actually really surprised this has a single-player campaign.
To the head-to-head qualifier that will earn them entry into the Galactic League tournament. Across that journey, I experienced the thrill of fear in two different ways. The first is the most obvious: speed. Galactic Racer is fast. No matter your vehicle choice, the graceful skims.
I don't even care if you're fast in the game. The fact that if you hit something, it could blow you up. You know what I want to see? If there are bigger pod racers or bigger racers than you in the game, and if you hit them, it should make you blow up, and the same thing vice versa. If you're playing as a bigger, slower racer, and somebody hits you, they should immediately blow up, right?
Speeder, nimble speeder bike.
Like if you hit them at the right way. Like that thing. Like if somebody hits you driving...
well-rounded...
Like, let's say somebody hits you in the race, even in the single-player campaign, on a speeder bike. If a speeder bike hits this car, they should blow up if they hit it going the right speed, right?
land speeder, or, later on in the campaign, the fast but fragile pod racer, it's immediately evident that you're piloting vehicles that move much faster than the cars of our own world. That breakneck speed is enhanced by the design of the tracks. On the starting planet of Jakku, you'll be speeding around and through that iconic Crash Star Destroyer. When you're hammering the throttle and wrestling with 11 other racers, the sudden switch from wide-open desert plains to navigating through the tight tunnels of a spaceship's engine bay makes for a sudden burst of sweaty palm tension. Miscalculating your trajectory into the rusting carcass of...
There's one problem that I have with all these new racing games, bro. These new racing games spoon-feed the players too much. There needs to be more obstacles on this track. Like, you've already got the base foundation for if you go too fast and hit a wall, you blow up. There needs to be more on this track that will make you blow up. This is too flat. There are too many games that have such good mechanics in them, but they're completely wasted. Like, if you have a mechanic, like, this is a junkyard. There's probably going to be buried junk and rocks all over this place, right? So there should be like little pillars of junk everywhere.
Of an afterburner or fuel line can tear your speeder apart. Crash too many times and you're out of the tournament, sent back to the very start of the act to try again.
It's too open.
Yes, Galactic Racer is a roguelite, and that's the second way in which it makes motorsport feel so dangerous. Mistakes are costly, and the further into the campaign you get, the higher the stakes become.
It's a lot harder than it looks to compete at this level.
As you rush through your 6th, 7th, 8th race in the run, every clip and close call...
I really thought he was going to say the 6th mission in the game.
Becomes ever more distressing.
Like that was
Perched
it.
on the very edge of my seat, I found myself willing the racing gods to ensure this final lap went well, save me having to attempt the run all over again. Galactic Racer's campaign design is all about risk and consequence. The first act sees you compete across 4 planets, each of which hosts 4 events, chosen from a selection that are plotted across a couple of different pathways. Which path you lock into is one of the earliest choices you make in each run. Analyze.
Did you do multiple runs through though? So like if you beat the planet, right? Because like this is per planet. So you click into the menu for the planet, right? This is the menu.
Each of which hosts 4 events, chosen from a selection that are plotted.
So when you click on the planet to do the race, so like let's say you finish here, right? You get here. Can you go back and do these, I wonder? You know, like...
Across a couple of different pathways. Which path you lock into is one of the earliest choices you make in each run. Analysing each route is crucial to success, as it allows you to consider your own strengths and weaknesses.
Field tests. Fly solo in an experimental vehicle, beat the target to earn rewards. Mastery encounter, an encounter with a friend or foe. Anything could happen. Wrecked racer. Lose a league token. A standard race amongst 12 competitors.
Pathways. Which path you
same thing.
lock into is one of
so the first 3, it just seems like they're all the same.
The earliest choices you make in each run. Analysing each route is crucial to success.
So it looks like here you get like player stats, right? So if you beat this race right here that he's held over, you get 1 turning point, and you get whatever the hell this is, and you get credits, right? In any position.
As it allows you to consider your own strengths and weaknesses, and opt for the event sequence that
Arts and ability, kit points.
The greatest chance of success. If there's a pathway that's mostly standard races, that's great. Podium finishes provide strong cash rewards, and provided you don't crash out, even coming in last will keep you in the running. Even better is the field test. A solo speedrun in an experimental vehicle with the aim of pushing your engine and your skills to the very limit. Succeeding provides a bounty of rewards, but perhaps more importantly, there's 0 punishment if you fail.
Hey, no sweat.
Really?
It goes against a racer's instincts to push the ramjet this hard. Just take some practice.
Even better for the cautious player is a path that includes a mystery encounter, which rather than an event you can lose, is a conversation with a friend or foe.
Okay, here we go. So parts installed to vehicle to provide passive effects. With the higher the rarity, the stronger the effect. Upgrade upgrades the vehicle to top speed and one of its stats: afterburner, battery, cornering, maneuvering, ramjet, or resilience. Ability: equipable tech that provides offensive, defenses, or utility capabilities, consumes energy to activate. So, like, whoever's doing this review or this preview needs to talk about this. I hope they talk about this later on. So you can upgrade whatever racer you have to be stronger. So you could literally make that racer your racer. That's really cool.
Can offer an interesting upgrade.
What else was there?
Is a conversation with a friend or foe. Mystery encounter, which rather than an event you can lose, is a conversation with a
So you can choose between the cheap packs or the affordable pack.
Friend or foe that can offer an
decrease price of that increases price. Oh, so here you go. So like it decreases the price of the parts, increases price of upgrades and abilities at Hebe shop. For if you go for the affordable parts, if you go for let's go for the cheap packs, decreases price of the upgrades, abilities, increases the price of the parts at Hebe shop.
Interesting upgrade. Much more nerve-wracking is the Eliminator, a brutal race in which those tailing behind are knocked out of the tournament. Only those in the top 3 can progress. Each run is randomly generated, but the RNG that powers Galactic Racer's campaign uses a calculated rule set to ensure each pathway offers an interesting journey.
Really?
Every run provides options, some easier, some harder, with paths designed to push risk, reward, and consequence. And as you play, you really feel that. The euphoric highs of conquering an Eliminator,
Well, you're just too green to be a champion.
the well-deserved rest of a field test, or the frantic holding on to dear life
Oh!
that comes with just trying to survive a regular race.
See, I would die. I wouldn't even be able to beat
Or
this
the
game.
frantic hold
Because, like, I know for a fact that the way this looks,
on to
I
dear
would
life
hit that every
that
time and
comes
die.
with just trying to survive a regular race.
I would do that at every new one that I would find. I'd be like, okay, well now that I know that's there,
when everything else
I would get to the next one and the
going
same thing
wrong.
would happen.
As I began to settle in and learn the ins and outs of my land speeder, I found my priorities shifted significantly.
There's no
After
map
discovering
either.
just how dangerous
That's pretty
each race
cool.
can be, and the consequence of failing a run, I became very risk averse. I choose routes that had more field tests and fewer eliminators, knowing that even
Morning,
if I
darling
failed
winners.
those field tests,
Morning,
I'd
Viva.
still be in the game. But I soon realised that simple survival isn't always the best path. You need victories to earn the best rewards, and those rewards upgrade your vehicle.
I don't know actually. Let me Google that. I don't not 100% sure. Will the new Star Wars Pod Racer game be a single player experience or will it have online? It'll have both. It'll have both.
Into a much more powerful machine. I learned how I like to race, that I love to take on dangerous corners and narrow pathways, but that my judgment of those distances is impaired by my speed. And so I invested in bolstering my land speeder's resilience and drifting, allowing me to swing through those chicanes without worrying about scraping along the edge of the circuit.
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie. Every time I see a new AAA game coming out that's like $70 and I see that it has online play, I immediately, like, all my alarm systems are just flashing. I'm on, like, red alert, DEFCON 9, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, man, they're probably gonna have FOMO in it, which is the fear of missing out, where they have, like, well, you have to play this certain month, and if you don't, you'll miss out on the rewards forever, ha ha ha. It'll have, like, $30 skins for your thing. It'll have pay-to-win features, dude. Like, oh, man. Everything in my body just hit red alert whenever I saw that just now.
As well as smashing through other competitors.
Yo!
Those
and you know
choices
what?
made
It's not even bad that certain games have pay-to-win features. But number one, they should tell you about it and not lie. And number two, Even if they tell you about it and they don't lie, you still think they're lying. And number 3, don't have that stuff on a multiplayer game. It should be equal and fun to play for everybody, right?
Victory more realistic, and so I took more risks. I earned the rewards. Every moment became a decision on the road to victory. It's this buildcraft, both the way you build your campaign through event choices and the vehicle you craft with the resulting rewards, that makes Galactic Racer feel so fresh and enjoyably complex. The idea of the CarPG isn't new, but the way Fuse Games has adapted the role-playing elements of games...
I hate that, dude. I hate that. I hate that you can change one side but not the other.
Like
I don't like that at all.
And welded them onto a racer is genuinely fascinating. Your vehicle is your weapon, and standard upgrades improve its stats. But there's so much more to invest in beyond that.
You run out of money. So you end up like paying for one side and not the other.
Racer styles appear to be rough analogues for character classes, providing broad starting bonuses that can be honed into build specialisms. Parts offer...
Wait, what is this shit? Let me look at
beyond that. Racer styles appear to
start with shield ability installed, considerably increased speed, lost on crash. Considerably increased speed. Oh my god, that's insane. So hold on. So if you crash a vehicle, it has like long-term detrimental effects to the vehicle. It says here, it's in mint condition, considerably increased speed, lost on crash. That is crazy. So if he goes out and he crashes this vehicle, that's it.
To be rough analogues for character classes, providing broad starting bonuses that can be honed into build specialisms. Parts offer precise, criteria-driven enhancements. For example, increasing your speed each time you perform a takedown, or expanding your afterburner's fuel tank every time you redline. Abilities install gadgets that can be activated during the race, like shields.
Damn, look at how fast he's going,
to
bro!
brace against damage,
Holy!
or an autopilot.
Bro, he hit that. That's what I'm saying, W! That's exactly what I want to see, dude. Yeah, that means that what I was saying earlier with the big vehicles should immediately like obliterate the smaller vehicles if the smaller vehicles run into them. I know based on this that's exactly what happens.
Activated
he just obliterated that dude. Smeared his ass off of his windshield like a bug.
To brace against damage, or an autopilot to deftly navigate difficult circuit sections. These are primed at the starting line using a series of button prompts, a fun touch that really makes you feel like you're flicking switches to activate your engine systems. The right combination of these components, added in layers with each successive victory, promises to carry you to higher heights. But before you hit those heights,
you know this is going to have a battle royale Mario Kart style a multiplayer experience.
Inevitably crash and burn. This is a roguelite after all.
Bro.
Failure is part of the experience. But your achievements are not totally lost. At the start of a new run, your old speeder is sold for scrap, and the credits used to buy a new vehicle.
Damn. So you lose the vehicle. If you destroy the vehicle, that's it. That sucks. What?
More heavily upgraded models sell for much higher prices, and so you're able to spend
that's rough.
More money on the next run to enhance the base stats of your new vehicle right out the gate.
But I wasn't able to say it was a roguelite
to get a true feeling for how this approach cushions failure, as playing within the confines of Act 1 and my relatively brief few hours means I didn't create a vehicle with astronomical value. But I think it provides a welcome safety net, one that...
Well, that's crap. Why have that then? Like, I could understand if it got damaged and you have like a starter vehicle, right? Like, let's say you race and you could win a vehicle. Like, why wouldn't the starter vehicle, you could upgrade the starter vehicle to, like, maybe win the first couple races to build up enough money. If you crash your main vehicle, you should at least be able to repair the damn thing. But the fact that you lose it altogether, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that mechanic at all. Like, just imagine you get, like, really far in the game because you're a really good driver, right? And you win every single race, every single time. You never crash your vehicle. Like, does that mean that it's after every race? After every race, you have to get a new vehicle? So, like, is it even just the crash mechanic, or is it, like, every race? Because that sucks. So, like, after every race, you have to sell the vehicle for scrap and use the money to buy a new vehicle and upgrade it. That sucks. That's ass. Like, what?
Doesn't erase the classic roguelike challenge of reacting and adapting to the RNG. The specialized component parts are only available as rewards or purchased from your mechanic's randomized inventory, so you can't start a run with a highly tuned machine. Those parts are vital, because they help you master the challenges posed by each unique planet. In Act 1, the jungle world of Latana features tracks that snake through a volcano. The magma spills cause your engines to overheat. Push your ramjet thruster as far as you did on the previous planet of Jakku, and you'll quickly find yourself at the start of a new run. Survive Latana, and you'll trade fiery magma for the ice fields of Ando Prime,
that freeze
where the
it,
chilly
right?
conditions mean you can push your afterburner harder than ever
Dude, he almost blew his shit up. He almost blew it up.
before
Oh, don't
without
hit
hitting the red line. A tactic that's practically mandatory to stop your engines from freezing over.
Why couldn't this just be a normal racing circuit game? Why does everything have to be roguelite? I'm so sick of these developers making, like, what seems to be a really good game. And it's like, oh, but by the way, it's a roguelite. So every time you finish a race, well, that vehicle that you use that you probably barely got the race win with, well, that's gone now. That's not a fun mechanic, dude. It's annoying. You should have the option to choose if it's a roguelite or not. The fact that this is the only Pod Racers game that's come out since the PlayStation 1 or 2 era, and it's immediately a frickin' roguelite, is so annoying. Like, what is it with these damn micromanaging AAA frickin' $70 games now, bro? It's so goddamn irritating.
With a
It's
fresh
trash.
hazard on each planet, the pathway to the perfect vehicle isn't
Like,
a straightforward
bro.
upwards climb. The idea isn't just to improve, but to specialize. For example, you can invest in components that harness the heat of lava to improve your ramjet, not just negating the perils of
It
overheating,
can't just be a racing game. Like,
but
God
providing a
forbid,
speed boost
right?
when flying over this dangerous terrain. Fuse Games promises this can go even further. Higher tier components can turn that magma-enhanced speed into energy, powering up a battery that enables gadgets like the rival disintegrating Iron Blast. It's that level of depth and breadth that makes Galactic Racer such an exciting proposition. When I arrived at Fuse's studio, I entered assuming
Like,
I was
how
about
does this help anybody? Because if each vehicle has its own type of handling, right? And every time you end a run, you get a group of cars that are not like the one that you had, right? Each one has their own different stat style, and you have to choose a new vehicle every single time, bro. And then, like, if you hit something, you immediately blow up and die and have to restart. Dude, that, I don't know about that. It's like an unnecessary level of difficulty that nobody asked for. Like, nobody asked for this shit.
to play a nostalgic throwback to Star Wars Episode 1
They
Racer.
asked for a pod racer game, but it's kind of like they have to slap you in the face before they give you the pod racer game. They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna slap you in the face with a $70 price tag, and by the way, it's a roguelite, so go fuck yourself. Like, how?
Having played something much more forward-thinking. This could very easily have been a classic circuit or open-world racing game, adhering to the tried and tested principles.
Morning, Dean.
But the roguelite campaign structure changes everything. The adrenaline, the stakes, the emotional highs, and gut-punching lows. Galactic Racer is shaping up to not just be a great Star Wars game, but a genuine trailblazer in the racing roguelite niche. For more Star Wars Galactic
Why?
Racer, check out our exclusive campaign gameplay.
It's just so
And for everything
stupid,
else,
bro.
stick with IGN.
It's just so dumb. Why? Damn, it's already 9:24. What the fuck? Okay. We're gonna close that out. We're gonna do a little 8-minute video. A lot of stuff happened yesterday. Also, Trump made a deal with the stuff going on in Gaza, so that way the terrorists in Gaza can get out. But we're gonna watch this first. We're gonna watch our little 8-minute video. Where's it at? Right here.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of
Yo,
Internet.
your Daily Dose of
They wanted to
Internet.
see if their dad would fall for this prank.
Actually, hold on. You know what?
Okay, like I'm gonna set this on the ceiling. Put it on. I want you to like. Okay, put it up. Let's see how long
So this was a thing that was going around at one point.
you can hold it. Okay, you got it. You think you got it? Can I let go? You think you got hit by?
Okay, bye.
Why would you do that? Like, what made you think that doing this was a good idea?
See you later, Larry. What?
Oh! Dad got them moves, boy! Oh!
What?
Yo, W Dad. Now you gotta splash them. You gotta splash them, because that's what would happen to you. Splash them. Splash them. Oh!
Ducks lined up in a row.
Look, my life might be a mess, but at least I got my ducks in a row, you know?
Those gotta be fake. Those gotta be fake ducks. Dude,
Great job, guys.
They're fake. They're fake. They're fake. These are fake ducks. Okay.
That formation is tight.
They're
A
fake.
student driver
I
somehow
was like, dude, there's no way. And I was right.
into this driving school building, so they probably won't be getting their license anytime soon.
Come on, man.
Sleep for 3 hours.
Immediately fell asleep. That was it, huh? She did her little workout and she's done, bro. That's it. She is done. You know, I heard that sleeping burns calories, so...
A frozen frog inside.
Oh, look at him, he's stuck. Gotta get him out of there. He should still be alive. There he goes. Hey, buddy. Am I the only one that's annoyed that humans seem to be like some of the only animals that don't like immediately like freeze for the winter? Like most animals and creatures, they just freeze and then thaw out in like the spring or summer or whatever, right? But for whatever reason, humans just don't do that. Like we could like freeze people and wake people up at like way later times, you know, in history and stuff if we just like had that ability. But like you got to deal with this like made up thing called like brain damage and like, you know, your heart stopping and all this weird stuff, bro. Like I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You know, like The Shining would be a whole different movie if the dude would just thaw out in the summer. You know, they just left him out there to freeze, and then he thawed out in the summer, and he was like, oh, I'm good now. You know? Like... Oh! Holy shit! Bro, he broke the fence boards. He hit that damn thing so hard, he busted the fence boards. Look at how far that went. It went all the way over there. Bro, no, I wouldn't go in that yard. Nope. No. Hell no. Bro, that's so pretty to me. That water's gorgeous. What is he doing? What is he doing? So let's talk about what even was the point of... So, like, let's say this man actually managed to pull this down. Where do you think it's gonna go? Let's assess what clearly everybody who has eyes on this did not even consider. Where is this rock gonna go if all of the force in this crane is going this way? Let's think about this. In what world does this end in a good way? See what I'm saying?
These
Like,
guys spotted a security robot patrolling in a parking lot.
What is this?
dude, that's like a snowman, bro. They need to give him a freaking hat and galoshes, bro. What is that?
Are we in like Terminator 2 or something?
Low key, that actually kind of does look like one of the robots from Terminator, like the Terminator 3 in the facility, the big looking robot thing. Let me see if I could find one. Let me see. T3. No way I'm not gonna be able to find one, dude. Facility. Secure. Oh, what the fuck? Whatever. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it, huh? That's the flying one. There's one that was like big and bulky, right? That had like the machine gun on it. Oh, this. It's right here. This one right here. That thing. You see it? That's what it looked like. That's what it looks like.
He's gonna start shooting.
See it? It looks very similar.
He's gonna start shooting us.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 3.
Damn! What would you need this for? Like, why? Why would you need this?
You don't have to stab it. You can get to the chair. Yeah. You can do that too. Because you want the bigger the hole better.
Oh! Yo! She just fought, like, what? How did she fall? Oh, how did that even happen? Oh, the dog! The dog tripped her. I bet. No, the dog doesn't have a leash. How did she fall? I don't know how she fell. I would assume it was the dog, but the dog didn't have a leash. I don't know.
Do you want me to open your cage for you? Okay, hold on,
What a good boy. Why
There
even
you
close
go,
it?
mommy. A little bit more? Do you want me to open it more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo.
There you go.
Yo. Oh.
Here's a good video showing that avalanches can appear randomly out of nowhere.
Oh. Oh, this is bad. Oh, please tell me this dude's okay. Oh, no. Okay. Is he good? Okay.
Ебани.
What the fuck?
Стакан. Долбоёбка, скажи,
It's like, yo. Yo. That's how I feel right now.
They wanted to get close to see some big waves.
Oh! What the? Dang, bro, they swimming
So
in that.
why is this bird so evil?
Look at that little bastard. Look at that little bastard. Yo! Yo! That's cool. The amount of like upper, like midsection body strength, like core strength you have to have for this. See, this is a prime example, bro. If you consider the plank a workout, you're stupid. Genuinely.
Started rolling away.
There it goes. That's terrifying. Please, someone, please stop it. Uh-oh. Oh!
These two passengers spent the whole time fighting over this window.
Whee!
This guy managed to drink coffee out of a mug that is made of coffee.
That's a cool idea.
Imagine stepping outside of your house and seeing this.
What is that? Oh, is that birds? Oh my gosh! Oh! Damn, bro, he went for a tumble.
This piece of chicken.
Is there a pill in it? Oh, you, what is that?
A few days ago...
Oh, he did! He spit the pill out! Yo, he spit the pill out! Look! Dude.
A few days ago, a giant piece of space junk landed in Australia. At the moment, they're investigating...
Apparently, this is a very common thing. Apparently, like, pieces of space junk, like, fall out of the sky all the time. We have, like, a super thick, like, junky atmosphere from all the crap we've put up there.
And to try and find out where it came from.
What is that? It looks like trash, like poop or something. I don't know. Kind of like that meteor that in Joe Dirt. If y'all have ever seen Joe Dirt, he gets like this meteor that come to find out it's like plane shit or something like that. Oh! Cat has been nommed.
Their new kitten thought it would be a good idea to jump off the second floor.
Oh! Yo, that's a high ceiling.
Destroy this car that was on the street.
And they sure do like Jeeps. Oh! Oh no! Dang, bro, it's kind of insane how strong those things are. Dude, oh, dude! Oh, man! I didn't realize bulls were that strong. Dude, he's lifting that entire engine block and the car up without, like it's nothing. Holy, bro!
They were really confused because they have never seen a dog mermaid before. Does anyone know how this pigeon is floating?
Is that a sticker? What is that? That's gotta be a sticker. What is that thing?
Bug out of bread.
这是我女儿做的馒头，你看，已经够恶心了吧？更恶心
Wait, what
的
the
还
fuck
在
is that?
She decided to make a super realistic looking bug out
Oh.
of bread.
这是我女儿
I was like, is that a real thing? What is that?
你看，已经
I
够
was very
恶心了
concerned.
吧更恶心的还在后头。
That's really cool. Oh, he even has little
His glass
guts on the
bottle that was
inside.
under his desk randomly exploded during an exam.
The hell was that? Damn, that hit him hard, bro. Bro, I bet he's got a big bruise.
It was Dad's birthday, but all three of his kids wanted to blow out the candles.
Alright, Elle, you go. Okay. Your turn, Jack.
See, this is why you don't put everybody's birthday on the same day. This is why you split them up if they're not all born on the same day.
Good job.
All right, pee-pee girl.
Blow it.
Blow pee-pee.
That is the end of this video. Hopefully you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys again.
This. You should at least know.
So this was 14 hours ago.
Minifigs has a big update as the American Forks PD seem committed to getting Reckless Ben thrown back into jail, putting him behind bars, and it seems like they've revealed their tactic and how they're going to do that. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, Legal Mindset.
Legal Mindset.
Judge. I'm here in Japan having a lovely time, but it's time also for a Bricks and Minifigs case update. It has been long overdue, and many of you have asked for it, so I'm here to give you people what you're asking for. So here's where we're at. So the American Forks PD is the focus of this update because there's a lot of body cam footage that's coming out as a result of Reckless Ben likely getting an attorney, likely asking for this footage, being provided this footage. A lot of this is coming out and it is not looking good for Bricks and Minifigs or the American Fork PD. Now, it was very clear that this police department did not like the YouTubers. They're not fans of people from out of state coming in to investigate and particularly mess with local businesses. That was very clear. But what's becoming even more clear
is that they don't really care about the law and that they're just trying to make sure that one of their beneficiaries that keeps feeding them money continues to feed them money. So they're now his personal bodyguards.
Is they are committed and still want to try to help Bricks and Minifigs, even after all this time, even after all these things have come out. It seems like they are committed to throwing the towel in with Bricks and Minifigs, to picking a side here and saying, hey, we are going to help you do whatever is possible to put these people behind bars. They're not even asking for evidence. They're not even asking for backup to a lot of the claims that are being made. And some of the claims are absolutely wild.
They started threatening to kill some
yes.
staff.
Yep.
So they're just like, hey, if you don't, we're gonna kill you if you don't get this guy his money back and all this other stuff.
Now, these claims are part of a strategy because right now, Reckless Ben is out on bail. He's out on bond. And part of that, and this is very important for everyone to realize, is part of pre-trial release, a critical condition. In fact, one of the most commonly violated conditions of bail is the fact that you must not commit any federal, state, or local criminal offenses. And I know that sounds like it's obvious, like, hey, don't commit crimes.
Yeah, but if you've got somebody making false allegations against you, just like what got you locked up the first time, it becomes even harder to stay out of jail.
But there's lots of times where you might break a relatively minor crime, or you might do something that is a minor criminal offense, maybe a misdemeanor, and then boom, you violated that bail and you're sent back. So for example, certain traffic violations can be criminal. Oh, boom, they got you, violate bail, you're going to get thrown back in, that's going to be revoked, you're going to be put behind bars, or maybe there's going to be an increased requirement, there's going to be more money they're going to ask for. So right now they're trying to look to put him behind bars because for them that seems to be the easiest way to silence him. And if you look at what they're going to try to do, it looks like they're going to use stalking.
I'll try to stack it on this stalking case.
Okay, so what's
well, Ben is because somebody asked. So Ben is a YouTuber that is doing an investigation on Bricks and Minifigs. Bricks and Minifigs has taken a elderly person's Lego sets and they're supposed to resell them. They didn't resell them. Instead, they just took them all. It was the Guinness Book of World Records biggest Star Wars Lego set, and it was estimated worth $200K. And Bricks and Minifigs took it, didn't give it back, and the Reckless Ben tried to issue them papers and tried to just get them to give the money or the Legos back. They won't do it, and now they're weaponizing the police.
Up with stalking. Well, stalking in Utah, and we're focusing on Utah here, it requires intentionally or knowingly engaging in a course of conduct. Let's put a pin in that because we got to define that. A course of conduct directed at a specific person and know or be reckless about whether that conduct causes a reasonable person to suffer fear for safety or emotional distress. Now that sounds like a lot, but the real core here and the thing that they're...
It sounds like at the most this is some hours of community service. That it literally shouldn't be any more than a couple hours of community service. But I guarantee you the sentence they're going to try to give Reckless Ben isn't going to be a couple hours of community service. Because number one, he's white. Number two, he's got a lot of money. And number three, he's ruining a corporation that's paying the police.
We're going to be focusing on is showing that course of conduct. It's easier to say, okay, this caused someone to suffer from fear of their safety or emotional distress.
Look at what they did to Chud the Builder. He called somebody a name. They got mad and tried to hurt him, and he shot them. Didn't kill them, just shot them in the leg. And now he's facing like 45 years in prison. That doesn't seem very fair at all.
Of course, Bricks and Minifigs is going to say we had emotional distress, we had fear. But what they really have to put together is a course of conduct. Now, what does that mean? That's very specific. So a course of conduct means 2 or more acts, such as following, tracking, monitoring somebody using technology or GPS, appearing uninvited at a person's homework or school, making unwanted phone calls, sending texts or mailing items, or watching, surveilling, or photographing. Now, let's be honest and let's be fair here. Throughout the course of their document,
well, the thing is like, I don't know how the federal government hasn't stepped in and completely cracked down on this. Well, I mean, I know why. The same reason why they're never going to use the Insurrection Act. That's what happens when you got people in office that only talk instead of do. But anyway,
there's a lot of these things that could fit this course of conduct as stalking. But before they've been trespassed, before they've been told not to do these things, it's a little bit harder for them to put this together and say, yeah, you knew or should have known, right?
And I love that Reckless Ben ends up in jail, and somebody that stalked, like, for example, Emeru, they just pick the dude up and drop him off at, like, the nearest gas station so he can walk back. You got Mizkiff holding a gun up to somebody who's standing outside of his window, right? At gunpoint. And Mizkiff is more likely to get arrested than the schizo that keeps coming to his house. But, you know, somebody exposes a corporation, oh man, we got to put him in jail for 24 years.
But now that they've been trespassed, that they've been warned, that they've had ample time to know, and the police have informed them, they've been arrested. Hey, you can't be going to these places of work. You can't be bothering these employees. You can't be...
I don't think he has, though. That's the thing. He hasn't been to those places. He hasn't even gotten in contact with them.
Phone calls or texts or emails, etc. You've got to stop. Now, at this point...
But, like, what are you supposed to do if you're in a legal lawsuit with them, right? And you're not allowed to send them any kind of anything to tell them that they're being summoned. How does that work? It's a weaponization of the system. That's all it is.
Anything they do beyond this is definitely going to go to a course of conduct. And remember, they've already hit Ben with multiple charges of stalking.
That's another charge, obviously. I mean, we'll stack him until he leaves you guys alone, I guess. You know what I mean? Or they put him in jail, one or the other.
So they're trying to paint this course of conduct and say that Reckless Ben is someone who is engaging in these things knowingly, that he's being reckless about this. And that's where they're trying to pinch him. So here's my judgment. The body cam footage is showing American Forks PD giving
The body cam footage is shocking is what it is. The United States federal government needs to step in on this one, 100%.
Proportionate aid and advice to Bricks and Minifigs. They're trying to move forward with this stalking thing. They're trying to get him sent behind bars. That's clearly the mission, and that's clearly the way they want to silence him. But you know what? When the YouTubers asked for help, they said they couldn't help with civil matters. They brushed them off. They aren't helping them at all.
It seems like there might be a lot of stuff like that got redacted, maybe to protect the police officers, not to protect the victims, if that makes sense. And so...
yeah, we don't do that. So, like I said, anything that's redacted is pursuant to...
Yeah, that's the thing, right? YouTube and Instagram and Twitch and the police, they don't do that. They don't do that as they're actively having people take down video footage, as they're actively blacklisting people, as they're actively not promoting stuff that they should be promoting. Right? Yeah, no, they don't do that. Oh, no, they don't do that. No.
State code.
I can tell because when I sync the two clips together, I'm actually able to see that that's what the redaction was.
Okay, well, that didn't happen.
That definitely didn't happen.
No, I don't do that, Ben.
At this point, we clearly have an unfair course of conduct. And honestly, this reminds me of cases in other states like New Jersey, where after officers were given bad advice and shown to be taking bad routes and executing bad traffic stops, there was state review, there was individual retraining. We can have these things where the officers are actually retrained on how to do things properly, how to handle these things.
I think that the actual facility, the police department itself, is probably getting like donation funds from Bricks and Minifigs, and I'd imagine that Bricks and Minifigs, before they started going around and shutting up CEOs, or not CEOs, but locations, so that way they could hire their lawyer teams to just take the money that these individual branches of their corporation. So what I saw, what Ben was talking about, is the two guys that he's trying to sue were hired by Bricks and Minifigs to go around to these individual locations, like the store that the Star Wars Lego collection was at, in order to shut them down. And in order to open up a Bricks and Minifigs branch, you have to give the corporation like $200,000, which Bricks and Minifigs was allegedly taking the $200K, building a lawyer team, allowing the location to become successful, and then booting the person that gave them the $200K and using the lawyer team to make sure that they didn't do anything, right? And because a lot of the businesses that pop the Bricks and Minifigs branches, they spent usually their life savings trying to get that $200K to open up the location, right? So they don't have the money to get a lawyer, and they lose out completely. So like the issue, and you know, if that's the case, if that's really happening, then they would obviously use a portion of that money to pay off the police as well. So I wouldn't doubt that the actual police chief there and everybody involved in this is 100% corrupt.
Things properly, the state can step in and say, this has got to change, or the department itself can say, hey, we realize that we are coming off here as biased. We realize that some officers are doing things and saying things they shouldn't. We're going to retrain those officers. And those statements can be made publicly, just like they made a public YouTube video explaining the case of Ben Schneider. They can go ahead and make a public YouTube video saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and retrain our officers so that they're fair and they're rendering exactly the same aid, advice, and support to people, no matter their situation, right? Whether they're from in town or out of town, we're going to help everybody equally under the law. That's due process. That's exactly how things should go. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think about the saga? Have you been following this?
I think it's crazy. I think that something needs to happen with the department itself.
Oh, I shouldn't say this. And let me see here.
What's going on here?
She is the real deal.
Why do you say this? You should at least know I shouldn't say this. And let me see here. Hassan Piker's interview is a research behind the scenes by Eric Havagim, a socialist producer who now lives in China, has been featured by the Chinese state media. What is this?
Specifically came on the podcast because I saw that y'all was in Hassan's orbit. I did meet his producer in China.
Yeah. Oh my God, Marge.
No, Eric. The interview
His producer is Mark.
His interview producer. Come on, you don't know all these people.
You're telling me Hassan Piker has a specific producer in China?
Yes.
At all times.
For his interviews.
That's interesting. Oh, W. Mossy Oak Cracker for the 1 month membership. W. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep doing it, big dog.
Tell Jesse Waters right now.
Is it like his translator or some shit?
No, Eric doesn't speak Chinese.
Wait, what? That I sent to Shanghai ahead of my visit. I sent them out there ahead of time.
Says the whole
Really? Interesting.
Squad knows Roy Singham, admits Singham is friends with a lot of Chinese Communist Party members. Oh, dude.
This is probably the reason why Hassan was saying on stream he's going to get locked up by the federal government, bro. He has so many ties back to the Communist Party. I don't know how this man, and you know what's really sad? Is that even if he is actively pushing communist propaganda in American, in America, he will never face a day in jail. Because we just don't have an administration that's willing to do what it takes. We just don't. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
No.
I'm friends
That's
with Roy
the sad
Singham.
part.
He's dope. He's super cool.
Isn't this the guy that they're investigating? The federal government and congressional panels are investigating American businessman Neville Roy Singham for allegedly funneling hundreds of millions of dollars from China into a network of U.S. nonprofits and activist groups.
Oh. So more protesters in America. It's weird how this comes full circle, doesn't it? It all just comes full circle.
Oh, this is looking really bad.
And the idea that he like has some secret ties to the Communist Party of China is so fucking funny. Because
Then why would he get on stream whenever the federal government's doing an investigation on him and he say they're going to put him in jail? Come on now.
He is friends with a lot of them. I'm friends with Jodie Evans, co-founder of Code Pink. She's fucking dope.
Man.
That is Roy Singham's wife. And I texted her when the subpoena dropped. What's going on here? And she basically said, don't fucking worry, bro. The whole squad out here, we all know him. She is a revolutionary woman for sure. She's linked up with, maybe I shouldn't. No, she's talked about this. She's linked up with Fidel Castro. She's linked up with Hugo Chavez. She was just in Venezuela talking with Nicolas Maduro's son. She is the real deal.
Why do you say this? You should at least know I shouldn't say this.
She's been doing this literally her entire life, but every time I think about it...
Doesn't that make it, like, what?
It doesn't make it any better. That just means that we haven't had anybody that's willing to put them in jail yet. Like, communism openly should be completely illegal in the U.S. Like how if you talk about North Korea and South Korea, you get into a lot of trouble. Like, that's how it should be for America. Like, communism is polar opposite to everything we've built here in America.
An argument.
Leave America.
Eric Hobbin was a video editor on the Zoran campaign.
I was fortunate enough to work on a few of these videos. I decided to move to China.
Wow.
Like, as a dude, I feel sorry for the Uyghurs being used as a pawn by the CIA to foment unrest. I feel bad for the people of Taiwan who overwhelmingly do not want to be independent. And I feel the worst for the people of Tibet who were literal slaves up until they were recently liberated. You and I have been subjected to a lot of CIA revisionist propaganda that's only now getting its own Wikipedia pages. Hopefully I'll be able to...
What did that say? An old enemy, the revive tendencies of American foreign policy?
Visionist propaganda that's only now getting its own Wikipedia pages. Hopefully I'll be able to visit all...
Oh, you know how reliable that information is, right? Oh, what? Who the fuck uses Wikipedia anymore? If you're getting your propaganda from a Wikipedia page, bro, like, what? Holy crap. We've hit, like, new levels of stupidity. Wikipedia, bro? Wikipedia doesn't even pop up now when you Google something. It doesn't pop up at all. You have to type in Wikipedia to find it.
3 of these regions over the next year or two.
Like,
and try
what?
to scrape together better anecdotal experience.
Twitch, if I were to call for the killing of Asmongold so that China's economy can prosper, would that be a TOS violation? Well, yeah, because it wouldn't even be true. What are you talking about? I literally got unbanned from Bilibili because I liked Black Myth Wukong so much. Do you know how many fucking Chinese games I play? These are the people that I've always said many, many times, if you don't go after these people, they will try to kill you. The fact that this
they will probably start succeeding. If things don't work out with the next few administrations, like, if you think it's bad now, it's about to get insane. Like, they're already openly, like, stating actual communist viewpoints inside of the Democratic Socialists. Like, it's only going to get worse, guys. Like, they're already openly stating it. They're just trying to cover it up and act like it's something else. Like, they're trying to get rid of the United States Supreme Court, and it's either the Supreme Court or the Senate, and they're also trying to get rid of the presidency in general. That they're like, nah, dude, nah.
And like, he's living in China. Has this person been charged with treason or something like that? Probably not. We don't charge people with treason anymore. We just let them do it. The big issue is that you have all of these foreign governments and foreign influences that are trying everything that they can to win over the hearts and the minds of the American people. And the problem is that the American people are so stupid, they'll go along with anything. So this is basically, he has some kind of commie Chinese agent working with him. I'm not surprised by this. I think anybody could have expected this. It's pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm. So this happened yesterday. This is crazy.
There is a cultural enrichment program happening right now in Spain.
Yeah. They had to mobilize their military to stop this, right? To stop the newer people from getting in. The issue is that it's going to be a lot like America. Now, Trump has, closed the borders down, and the unfortunate fact is that there's going to be a lot of illegals that will be here past Trump's administration because he's not willing to actually do what it takes to do a full-scale crackdown on this immigration and the illegal immigrants. So there's a good chance that whoever's left in the country past Trump's administration will be granted amnesty, which is awful. And the fact that we're not doing denaturalization of immigrants, certain types of immigrants, is also very bad. And I'm not talking about their race, skin color, or whatever. I'm talking about the people that are violently attacking the immigrants that are violently attacking other people in the streets. They shouldn't be here, right? If you're violently attacking somebody, well, first off, you shouldn't even be in. If you're a citizen, you shouldn't be out in public anyway. You should be in jail. But if you're here as an immigrant, it's a privilege to be here. And if you're out there attacking other people, even if it's other immigrants, it doesn't matter. You need to go. You need to go back to your own country because we don't do that here. That's not American, dude. You need to go back. We don't attack people because of a dispute. That's what it's supposed to put in. It's supposed to land you in jail, but for whatever reason, we don't really do that anymore. So
let's take a look at it.
But
really wild video.
This
here.
is crazy.
Chaos at the border of Spain's North African enclave.
Those are immigrants flooding into Spain, by the way.
In Morocco, this is a city called Ceuta. You're watching as thousands of migrants.
So basically, there's I don't understand fucking Spanish politics of Morocco. That is Spain, and it's on the very edge, right? And on that part, if they can go to that part, then they can spawn in base Spain. So basically, it's kind of like if you get to the extraction zone, you can get back to base, and the base is now Spain. So this is Spain. You can see because it says Spain.
Oh, is that it? Is that what he's talking about? There's it's Italy boot.
Isn't it's like over here, right? Yeah. Here it is. So this is right here. This is the extraction zone, and you can see. This is the part of Spain, okay?
Oh, so that's
tip?
Spain.
Yeah, it's just the tip, all right? I didn't know it was so small. This is my first time
It's
looking at it.
so small, yeah.
I vaguely know about this, but I'm not really a fucking
So
expert.
they're crossing this border in mass.
And you can see the reason why they have this, right? I mean, Spain's literally right fucking here. So it's just the tip. It is. This is... Guys, it's just the tip. It's the very, very... You could even call it the... Never mind. Let's move on. It looks like PUBG.
Oh, yeah, it does. Look at that.
And over here, this is... Yeah, okay. I mean, this is very clearly Spain, right? I mean, you look at this, look at this. Guys. So, I think she's Moroccan. I'm not really good at 16.
Okay, so we saw that. That's great.
And completely overwhelm the border.
Sense?
Break through the fence and completely overwhelm the border police.
And we saw this
video showing huge groups of people, mostly young military.
Isn't it weird how all of them are so young? Isn't that interesting? Isn't it weird how they're all middle-aged military, not middle-aged, young men that are all military-aged? Not a single woman in this entire crowd. There's not a single woman in this crowd.
Military-age guys
Look at that.
cramming into inflatable tubes or arriving on shore another way. Some of them wading in the water as they break through the gates.
You know,
to
there's
get
a
to the
movie.
other side.
It was called World War Z, and this reminds me of that movie.
Right, Sandra, this is.
And you know what's even more scary about this? Look at the amount that there are doing this. This looks like D-Day. This had to have been a large scale get together. It had to have been. This had to have been planned out methodically by maybe even somebody in Spain's government to get these guys right there whenever they passed whatever it is they passed to allow to do this, right? Clearly something happened here. Someone planned this out. Someone in their government, much like America's, that happened during Biden, because this is pretty much how it looked like with Biden's administration, but all the illegals that cross the border, right? You saw the bulldozer breaking up the border fence and stuff. Like, that's basically what this looks like. It looks like a damn invasion.
Reminiscent of kind of what we saw during the open border during the Biden administration.
Now, if it was me and that was my country, well, let's just say that Poland is merciful. If you know what Poland does to the illegals that try to cross its border, then you have a pretty good idea of what I think, right? I'm not going to say it because YouTube doesn't believe in freedom of speech, but you know what I mean.
Through 2021, 2024.
This happened in America every day.
You know, 2021. The socialist agenda, their platform literally says they want to abolish borders, abolish immigration. And
they're going to bring in infinity Africans, and then they're going to vote in themselves. They're going to vote these Africans to have infinity levels of welfare. And then after that, well, then the Africans can never not vote for them because they're going to get infinite welfare.
Enforcement, have complete freedom of movement. This is what it looks like in another country. If
Look at all these young children. Well, they're all 12 years old. You're going to put these guys in middle schools in Spain
without any obstruction. Yeah. And if people don't know, Spain has a very left-wing government. Earlier this year, they did a big amnesty program for over 1 million illegal immigrants living in the country.
So now that they're in Spain, they're going to get a free ride. They're going to get housing. They're going to get benefits, just like what they tried to do to America, just like what they're doing to America. It's still happening in these sanctuary cities that are committing treason.
They had 1.3 million illegal immigrants apply for that amnesty.
Any country member, any countryman that is advocating for foreign countries' people is by definition committing treason. Especially if you're in politics, like as a mayor, and you're doing stuff for a foreign country for its benefit, that's treason. And I would like to see the legal system be enforced when it comes to treason. Maybe newer laws that will, based on a full-scale investigation and the outcome of the investigation, the outcome should immediately be public capital punishment, in my opinion. But,
program between April and June. So that's what we call a pull factor, Sandra. They're looking for something like
actual
that.
Invasion.
They can just get their foot in the country. Maybe.
Yeah, this is like Normandy, but nobody has a gun.
That's exactly what I said. Yo, look at it. Look at these people, dude.
That left-wing government will do another amnesty program, and you were just reading some of the wires.
Not a single woman. We haven't seen a single woman in this yet.
The locals want an
emergency
declaration. It sounds like.
She'll add something fun. Well, I
don't
hate
see
these
a
guys.
single woman
guys
in this
that are doing this. Like, if I was in Morocco, if I was in the Congo, if I was in Zimbabwe, and I heard that I could get to Spain, and then Spain would give me a house and like a hot Spanish wife.
Yep.
I would be trying to get to Spain too.
Exactly.
Like, I don't. See, this is the reason why I don't hate them. It's because they have no obligation to Spain.
I blame the countrymen. That's why I said that we should reform our laws when it comes to treason. And I want to see the laws enforced because it's illegal. That's why.
I don't hate the Chinese for trying to subvert America, but I hate Americans for allowing and agreeing with the Chinese when they're trying to subvert America.
I agree.
Like, I recognize that everybody has their own internal, best interest in mind with everything. So
the problem isn't that everyone has their own internal best interests. The problem is that we have cultivated a society in America where they have literal, I can't say the word because of YouTube's lack of freedom of speech, because, they like being their own country here, is that there are people that are willing to give up their lives for a foreign countryman who is going to effectively come here and kill other Americans to become the minority here, or the majority here, right? And that's the problem that we have with Americans. Our downfall will not be from just our political officials. It will be from the people that are actual citizens here, that have been born and raised and had family members die on this soil to protect that flag. That will be our downfall. That will be what leads to our downfall.
These guys coming over, I have no ill will towards them. You have to leave. You've got to go back. I don't want you here, but I don't hate you. I just don't want you in the fucking country. That's it. Does that make sense? They're invaders? Well, you have to look at it from their perspective. Spain is a foreign country that from there, like, they don't even understand the concept of that. They have no idea about this. They're just going to try and show up wherever the fuck they can get free stuff. It's not complicated, right?
I don't know about that. I kind of feel like there was already a mass invasion planned, but the fact that now they get benefits for invading a foreign country, if I was like China, bro, I would be mass producing kids like the baby factories in Iran and training them to be my private soldiers like Iran and sending them to every country in the world so that way they can get not only the benefits but to take over that country. We cultivated the kindness and they are the sickness that is going to kill the kindness. That's what we have done.
It's different than approving. I hate them. I know, and there's a lot of people that do. I'm just giving you my 2 cents on it.
And
that's the way I feel.
Military to the
I'm
border.
not saying you should feel the same way.
I mean, look at this. This is a total free-for-all.
It does feel like we are looking at a few years ago when you were reporting at the border here in the United States. This is happening right now. This story is breaking right now. And you're not just talking about hundreds, thousands of migrants are pouring over the borders.
Look at that. Yeah, and again, I mean, just look here. Do you see any women or children? Nope. I mean, most people would call these folks so-called asylum seekers. These are all young guys just flooding into the country. And
if you talk to some immigrants, a lot of them will tell you the reason why they're doing this isn't just for like if they are actually part of some sort of terror system, then this isn't that's not the only reason. They're also going to get benefits here. And the reason why they leave their own country is because they didn't make it there or they don't follow the rules like everybody else there, right? Like I wouldn't say they don't fit in, but they're problematic there, so they're fleeing the country because they're facing like being arrested, jail, or worse, death. A lot of them in a lot of the other countries, they kill you, right?
What, if any, border there is? It looks like there's just kind of a small barbed wire fence or something like that. But you can see the Spanish government was caught completely off guard here, and you have thousands of these men.
They're not caught off guard. This is genetic. This is engineered.
Yeah, there's no way that they didn't know this was going to happen, bro. I'm sorry. There are way too many people that are here doing this that they just didn't know. Bull crap.
Systematically. Yeah. They want this to happen. It's allowed. Yeah, exactly. Like, why do you have a system like this? It's in order to allow this to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally looks like...
It's like what, I think Elon said this, like, a system's purpose is what it does.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly, like...
you often hear the word invasion, but it literally looks like one.
It is an invasion. I mean, that's an invasion. I don't really care how you want to reword it. I'm going to say it in plain English. That's an invasion of immigrants. More specifically, it's an invasion of illegal immigrants. That's what that is. They literally just stormed the beach at Normandy during D-Day. Like, it's...
You see the border fence there. They're all just going around it. And again...
The head of
I love how we spent millions and lost hundreds of thousands of Americans to storm the beaches of Normandy, and now there are countries that are just letting the invasions happen. Isn't that about right? Like, you heard Hitler's buzzsaw. You can remember, like, there were soldiers with PTSD that would hear the ringing of the saw, and they would immediately drop to cover, even at like the age of like 70, right? So it's like, it's insane to me that we're just letting it happen now. Spain just letting it happen. We let it happen too. We let it happen at the Mexico border. We let it happen. And it's going to keep happening too.
Is calling this absolute chaos. In a brand new interview, he said, quote, "It's not possible to give precise numbers, but there are thousands of migrants crossing right now." He added...
Look at that. Oh my God. And this is my opinion, by the way. Imagine if you didn't live in America, how hard would you try to get here? The rest of the world sucks that bad. I can't blame them.
But here's the problem, is that if you allow the importation of all these illegals that are going to go into a country and effectively take it over and change the laws to be the laws from their country, what do you think is going to happen to that country? it's going to become like the place they fled. Right? That's exactly what's going to happen. I think that immigration is great, but it has to be done correctly. It has to be done over long periods of time to make sure that the people you brought over assimilate with the culture and don't change it into what they left. You have to. And you have to make sure that the people that you're letting into the country actually earned that privilege, because it's a privilege, not a human right, to be born in a different country so you can invade another country. That's not, no.
But I still don't want them here illegally or really at all. We are already overpopulated. We're not even overpopulated. I just don't want them here. Yeah, like I feel the same way, but I don't think we're overpopulated. I just don't want them here, period, right? But what actions would you take? This seems like it just suddenly happened.
We can't say that. Let's just say that the American armed forces wouldn't be the only ones scared of Hitler's buzzsaw. I'd say that. It'd be, like I said, it'd be just like Poland. That's what they do in Poland. And you know why? Because Poland is an amazingly safe place. Right? It is Poland, isn't it?
I just figure out, if I was Spain, I'd just send in the military, remove every single one of these people, put them in, camps before they get shipped back to somewhere in Africa, right? I'd make a treaty or some sort of an agreement with some African country that if you couldn't be shipped back to your country of origin, we're just going to send you to whatever the biggest PvP. You're going to Sudan. You're getting hot dropped in Sudan. That's what's going to happen. And then I would also revert and revoke everybody's amnesty. Like all of the people, because obviously if you were given amnesty, you can easily find out who those people were, right? Because you have to give them paperwork.
I also don't like this argument of like, but they're trying to flee their country. Why don't they stay and fix their country? Why don't you just stay and fix your own country? Like, if all of y'all refuse to work, or a solid majority of y'all refuse to work, that means that they're not going to be able to take taxes out of y'all's income. If they're not taking taxes out of y'all's income, you don't even have to fight these people, right? If they kill you, they lose. If you refuse to work, they lose. So either way, they lose. But you know what really is the big contributing factor to this? It's the fact that the countries that that have all these people, it's incentivized. How does a country learn to grow? A country learns to grow because the government can no longer support itself, right? If a place like America is sending these countries billions of dollars or millions of dollars a year, we are feeding their economy, right? Well, how are those people supposed to be able to fight their government if all we're doing is taking their refugees and sending them money? Well, if the people there stopped working, the government couldn't tax them, but it doesn't matter because America is feeding them money. Stop feeding these third world countries money if we're taking their refugees. Stop it. One or the other. You either give them money and they keep their damn refugees, which we shouldn't do, by the way, or we take their refugees and we stop giving them money. They give us money for taking them. But this shouldn't be I was born in a terrible place, so I need a new place to stay. No, we don't owe you anything. We don't owe anybody anything.
And so you just find out all.
But place like Cuba, they're driving cars back in the 1900s. Well, that's because, and you know why that is? It's because they kill all their innovators, and all of the government owns all the corporations. That's why. Yeah, that's what happens when you kill innovation in your society. There's no incentive to become an innovator. Therefore, you don't have any new technology. Communism doesn't work.
Those people, and then you just undo it. You just literally take it away again and then send them back. All right, could try Syria, send them there. Well, apparently Syria's getting their shit together, at least from what I hear.
that the border
There's
had
incentive for them to
totally
go?
collapsed.
Just shoot them? I
Quote,
want to shoot them.
unquote.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. And for folks who don't know where this is a small Spanish city, autonomous in North Africa. It's actually in Morocco, but it does have Spanish autonomy. It's called Ceuta.
Yeah.
So this is
This is the one, again, I'm just taking, going back just so you guys understand this. This is it, right? Very, very small place. Extremely small place. Surprisingly small, actually.
It is very tiny.
social media all back in 2020.
You know what would be gold? Is if they went and got all of the legal citizens from that area in Spain and just brought them to the main body of Spain and then just completely, exiled that part of Spain. That would be so,
when those
that'd be
20,000
so,
Haitians were crossing
that'd
the
be
river,
hilarious.
similar images to this. You had some border patrol there.
Yeah.
You had Texas DPS there trying to stop them. Here in Spain, there is absolutely nothing stopping these folks from wading ashore.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you... Poland shoots people that try to come into the border.
Oh, was right. It was Poland.
I'm not opposed to shooting people that come into the border. I'm not. Sure. Yeah, if a country...
I'm not allowed to say that because YouTube doesn't believe in freedom of speech. They'll just keep suppressing me even more.
Country wants to do that. No, I would not want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that. I think that making a country inhospitable to these people basically would limit this down to very much zero. But yeah, they don't. I've seen this happen. Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, I mean, these people are invading into the country. You don't know whether this person has a bomb or not. Yeah, I think if a country wants to shoot them, it's completely justified. It's totally fine.
I would do it out of the safety of my citizens in my country and my fellow countrymen. Because I don't know any of these people. It looks like D-Day. They're literally storming the beaches, right? I would do it. If I were a political official in Spain and I saw this, I would say line up the MG32s. I would. But that's me, and I'm not in power in Spain, and I never will be. So
climbing the fences. And Sandra, look at that in the background. I mean, there are thousands upon
in order to run a country, in order to run a business, you have to make decisions that don't always feel the best. Right? That's just how it is. You can be lenient, but whenever leniency goes on deaf ears, remember, you're still the leader. You still have an obligation to protect the people in that country, regardless of how everybody else in the world feels. That's your obligation. My content creation isn't to YouTube. It's not to Twitch. It's not to Rumble. It's not to X. It's to the viewers. And what they deserve to know, based on what America has cultivated, which is the constitutional right of freedom of speech, freedom of the fucking press, YouTube, I will continue to talk about this. I will do it as bland or as dark as I have to, but I will lighten up on the dark sides of it, and I have quite a bit. But I'm not going to stop talking about it.
Saving private.
So you can keep, dwindling my viewership while other platforms continue to skyrocket.
Yeah. Has to be coordinated, right? Yeah, of course it's coordinated. Well, so this is probably what happens, right? If I had to guess, this is what probably happens in Morocco or in these other places, is that there are probably different levels of... This is me making stuff up, okay? I'm now... What I think is probably happening is that all of these people are doing this. All of these people are doing this, and they're being, in one way or another, allowed to do this by people that are probably business owners, probably industrial business owners in Spain that are able to utilize this labor. And so those industrial business owners probably have some sort of foul play that enables people that are, maybe...
I have a better idea of what's going on. I do think that the business owners do have to play in this because a lot of the business owners have the entire government in their pocket, right? I mean, we've all been talking about corporate corruption in the United States government and how they might allegedly be paying off senators to get what they want, right? That's why we don't have as many consumer protection laws. So now that AI and innovation is coming through, they don't really need the workers like that anymore, but there are smaller businesses that are trying to hire people who are illegal to save money on taxes and stuff, like what you saw in California with that marijuana plantation, right? The issue is that they should all be sent back. If they're working at a company like that, they should be sent back to their country, because these guys were even using child labor on American soil, which is completely disgraceful and disgusting. They should immediately be set up on charges of human trafficking, put in jail for however long that is. Depending on if they funded any of the people coming over, they should immediately be, they should have treason charges, in my opinion. Y'all know how I feel about the treason charges. And the thing is that I think that this is a dual-tier system. I don't think it's just the corporations in America. I think that there are other countries that are trying to cause a full-scale invasion of other countries. And they are linking up and talking to these businesses. And these businesses think that these guys are coming just for the free housing and food, right? No. I guarantee you a lot of the countries that these guys are coming from, they are extremely, extremely radical. I mean, why else would you have a bunch of middle-aged, young men that are military-aged storming the beaches like it's D-Day? Why else? Why else would you have that? This is a full-scale colonization invasion of every country in the world that is a Western-style culture or doing well for itself regardless of its economy. Places like China don't tolerate this, obviously, for good reason. Poland is what we should strive to be when it comes to our borders. Poland is like the prime example. El Salvador and what is the other one? Not El Salvador. No, it's not Ecuador. It's the place with CCOT. That's what we should do with our actual criminals, right? Send back all of the illegals. Look at the immigration status and what the immigrants that are here are doing. If they're on welfare or they're not holding down a job, or if they're in between job, that's an exception, right? That's different. If they were at a job here in America and they got injured, that's an exception as well, right? Like, there are exceptions to this. But overwhelmingly, if you are here in America and you are not working and you are pulling from our taxpayer system, number one, your benefits should be cut off as a start. And number two, you should be denaturalized and deported. Because we are importing people that are just draining our system dry. If you want these facilities, these systems like Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, if you want these systems in 10 years, we have to make it a net positive and stop adding more people to the system that are draining it dry. Otherwise, it's not even going to be around for another 3 years. You have to make sure that the system is being fed. You can't just withdraw all the money.
The activists, right? Because there are activists that want to bring these people into Spain. There are humanitarians. They think that, Spain is evil, and so we have to.
But the same humanitarians and activists also say that America is what caused this. America is allegedly what caused these countries to kill their political opponents and maintain a theocracy / communist / dictatorship over their country and physically annihilate and suppress anyone who tries to go against them. We're as Americans, we are the reason why their governments are killing them en masse. Allegedly. That's the argument. Well, so that means that we have to accept the military-aged men into every country in the world and destabilize our country because Karen doesn't know how to get a job instead of staying at home on her computer all day.
Punished, right? And Europe has to be punished. America has to be punished for the evils of colonialism by being colonized.
Exactly. That's literally, yep.
Right? And this is just like what happens. So they're being used as useful idiots by these big companies because the companies know that they'll import in a bunch of cheap labor.
Yep.
And then what I think happens is it's the same thing that happens with
It's a very vicious cycle that's been created with all this. Very vicious cycle.
border in America where you have coyotes. And what are coyotes? Not the dogs, but there are guys that help families and groups of people cross from Mexico into America because they know different routes and areas. Now, this is obviously a horrible thing. It's terrible.
And I think that it's insane that you hear them all crying about, oh, but the people in that country. If that's the case, then why aren't there any women and children in this? It's all men that are military aged. What about the women and children? You don't want to know what happens to them on a trek like this. They don't last very long. And it's not because of the environment. It's because of the people they're traveling with. That much I promise you. We're going to move on from this. We're going to finish this video up.
And B, there is no socialist movement that is not...
Nick Shirley. Check out Nick Shirley on YouTube. Please check out Nick Shirley on YouTube. I noticed that YouTube is also messing with him as well. Bro, I don't know what it is. What's going on? Savage Glizzy? So I noticed that this was uploaded a day ago, right? And it's very interesting how a channel with 1.9 million subbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of crazy to me, isn't it? Like, I don't know if it's just me, guys, but YouTube might be suppressing people. I don't know. And you know what's even more insane? Like, look at this: 1.9 million. On a person that actively goes against everything that Americans are crying out for. 1.9 million.
Elon Musk, thank you so much for...
Admit this, they say we're trained Marxists. And B, there is no socialist movement that is...
Weird. Very weird indeed, isn't it, guys?
It's not the idea of a democratic socialist is comical.
Very weird.
Because socialism is about the seizure or control of private property. You can't vote your way out of rights. You can't. It's not democratic because you use the force of government to seize people's assets or to regulate their assets into non-existence. That's not democratic. That's autocratic.
And some of these ideas right now that are being pushed, like government grocery stores, are seizing the property of individuals, freezing the rent, abolishing prisons, defunding the police. What is that in reality?
Well, in reality...
That is them tearing down the government that we have and coming up with their own government. That's literally what it is. That's exactly what it is.
There's this very strange sort of Olinsky, they call it ideal, where you basically you actively destabilize society in order to get people...
You cause the chaos, you don't enforce the laws, and then that radicalizes people to abolish the police so that way you can go ahead and put in your own version of the police and kill people, to suppress them. It will go from losing viewership on platforms to your channel being completely demonetized, removed from the platform, and having the FBI at your house with guns pointed at you. That's what it will turn into. They tried doing that during Biden's administration. We saw that video from Iwu where that guy was talking, was worked up from Charlie Kirk being killed. And they were at his house harassing him and his family and his friends. They went over to his friend's house and started harassing his friends. And now they're crying that the government, like Trump is weaponizing the government against them because they did it to him. They did it to us. They did it to all of us.
In their desperation and misery, to turn to the same government that destabilized it for more help. The goal is to get people as dependent on this as possible. If you look at the most racist right-wing movements, the one thing they do is they kick people who they don't agree with out.
Yep.
Socialists don't want to kick anybody out. They want to force rich people that don't agree to stay because they need their money to maintain the system. But all these things, I mean, think about the madness of this. What that's run by government, go to your DMV. Does that run well? Now imagine everything.
Think of the VA. Think of the veterans that have to deal with the VA, bro. There are people at the VA that should just be in jail with how poorly it's run.
Run like the DMV. Are these states any better? Is it better to live like this?
We've talked to a lot of college-age students and people that work at colleges today. And they say this isn't really a rise of communism. They say it's more like left-leaning idea.
Because they're trying to package it as something else. They're lying. They're lying. That's what they're trying. That's literally what it is.
Of course it's communism. You can try to name it anything you want.
Thank you, dude. This guy's based.
Distinctions are pathetically non-existent. You argue, oh no, we're not like a communist. We just want to vote you into having no property and like.
This guy needs to make a podcast. He needs to make a podcast.
The government controlling everything, but it's not communist. The name is not what matters. What matters is what it is.
What is it doing? Bro, look, you can call a dog a cat, but that doesn't make it a cat. It's a damn dog. The mental gymnastics started with this whole trans stuff, and now it's moved into other styles of politics. And you know why that is? Because it worked. That's why. People fell for it for a time until the radicals inside of the trans community started trying to burn down GameStops for misgendering people. But here's the thing. It worked. And now they're doing it at full scale in politics. It was a test run and it succeeded because they were able to manipulate social media in a way that turned it to their benefit. And you know what's sad is the sheeple fell for it, and they still are. They are still falling for it.
And what it is excessive government control over every aspect of your life.
What do you guys think about capitalism?
These are really good questions.
Yeah, this is crazy. I would say that capitalism, in its true form, not awful, but right now we're currently in late stage capitalism, and that's affecting everybody. The cost of a bagel should not be $7. The cost of a matcha should not be $10. And currently, so much of America is living paycheck to paycheck on minimum wage.
I'm so happy that there are still some people out there with some common sense. She's bringing up great points. This is what I want to see whenever if she may be a Republican, but if she was part of the left, I want to see these talking points. This is what I want to see. You know what's crazy is if she asked a question after she finished what she was saying, I would be so ready to answer it too. With not a single bit of resentment in anything I'm saying. This is how it's supposed to be, guys. Why do you feel the way you do? Give examples as to why you feel that way, and then explain what you want to change about it, and then follow up with a question. It's not complicated. This is a debate. This is an actual, full-scale, real debate. It's not a dick-swinging contest like what they do now, where now you've got to lie about your size. Dude, come on.
Just no longer even covering the cost of life, necessities like rent and groceries.
Base.
And that's clear that capitalism isn't effective in our daily lives anymore.
And what would be your solution?
I think, what Mom Donnie is doing right now is really great, trying to make things more accessible, trying to encourage rent stabilization.
I think the rent stabilization is good. I do. I know that that's probably going to piss some of y'all off, but there's no reason why rent keeps going. We got into this apartment at $800 a month, and now we're paying over $1,000 a month for the exact same space. Oh, but the markets go up and that goes up. Okay, well then fix the market. Stop trying to charge more per year. Fix the market. Well, if you cap rent, then you should cap the market. You can't just keep going up, bro. Nobody's going to be able to afford it. Minimum wage doesn't change. Instead of saying, well, we should just raise minimum wage. You know what happens if you raise minimum wage? Then all the pricing goes up again. You know why? Because it's going to be the exact same amount. They could be making these products for less, right? But because there's no cap on how much they can charge you, that amount will always increase. If you have a cap of a percentage on how much they can charge you past the point of sale, or the cost to make the product and get it to the shelf, right? If you factor in how much it costs to have it made overseas, how much it costs to ship it to the store, and how much the shelf costs, and the labor it is to put it out, and you put a percentage cap over that, you would solve so much of the problems. You would. If you do that just for base goods, we're not talking about a $700,000 robot that some inventor came up with in his basement, right? We're not talking about We're not talking about like toys and shit. We're talking on like food, water. We're talking about like a place to frickin' live, right? We're not talking about like toys. Charge whatever the hell you want for the toys. No one cares, right? But the necessity is what needs to be capped. Like, she's right. It shouldn't be $7 for a damn bagel. You know it didn't cost no $7 to make no damn bagel. There's no way, dude. It cost them like 2 cents on the dollar to have that made, to have that farmed out and made in a foreign country. Because that's what they do.
Even making, like, I know it hasn't happened yet, but like the bus fare is free. Little things like that, trying to control the price of groceries. Like, those are the things that we can do that are small but have a huge impact on people's daily lives.
And how come we're starting to see this rise of Democrat socialism? Or some people even say it's like the rise of communism.
Like, why are we seeing it?
Yeah, why do you think it's becoming a popular issue?
Oh, I mean, I think it's because people are finally like realizing that capitalism isn't working anymore, especially late stage capitalism. Like, people know that they're paying most of their paycheck on their rent and their groceries.
I think that she's got really good talking points. She's not being sarcastic or snarky about it either. I think that like this would be a great person to have like an actual conversation with. I think that she's really good. Like, this is how it should be. She's not raising her voice. She's not threatening anybody. She's not like trying to be like a smartass. Like, this is a great conversation. This is how it should be, right?
And then they're no longer able to have a fun bagel or go out and get a drink with their friends because a beer is
it's too expensive. And her talking points are great. Like, this is like, if they talked more like this, they would have more people on their side. Just stop being crazy. Just be normal. Just be normal.
$12. Like, people see it in their daily lives and they're realizing that this is no longer working for them. And I also think that with the rise of the internet, people are able to see how this is working for countries in Europe, where they do have free healthcare and they do have, you know, low grocery prices, low costs of living prices, and they're still able to afford being a human being.
Would you rather have capitalism or communism?
Well, communism as it is in the Marx Engels communist
It shouldn't be one or the other. We should take things from, we should be the one true melting pot. We should take something from every country. We can take the good from every country and put it in America and make America the even greater than what it is. That's what makes America so damn great, is that we can do that. But there are so many people that are like, well, full communism means communism. Even one little bit of communism means that it's fully communism. It's not like there's multiple different economies and stuff. And so, like, China is China Communist Party, but it has 60% capitalist market. 60% of its market is capitalist. It has to survive. Communism, its base function, will not survive. It will fail every time. You have to strive for innovation in your country. You have to. Otherwise, that country will fail. Look at Cuba. Look at El Salvador. Look at these countries that haven't pushed for innovation. They just blame other countries for their problems. No, your governments are killing your people, bro. All your innovators are dead because your government killed them. Because they don't have free market there. They don't have the ability to make innovations. There's no incentive to make innovations in those countries.
Manifesto has never been implemented in society. They say in the Communist Manifesto that communism is primed for countries like England, America, and I think the Netherlands as it was, when they wrote it in the 1800s. So when they implemented it in Russia and China, they bypassed the sort of systems of industrialization needed to make communism effective. And so I think that we've never seen communism work. We've never been able to see it work in systems where it's applicable. And so I don't think I can answer that question correctly without fully seeing a system of communism.
Money management isn't taught in schools because they want you to get out of school and make $100,000 worth of debt going to college So that way, whenever you get out, the entire economy's flooded with people that went to college and nobody has any jobs. And then now they've got $100,000 in debt working at Walmart or McDonald's with a college degree or master's, you know? So like, yeah, no, the elementary to high school, that was never meant for you to be able to function in real life. That was just meant for you to take out your student loans and be a good cog in the big machine. That's all that was about. It was supposed to be a pay to win, but now that everybody paid, no one's winning. That's the problem. Yeah, no, they never want it. Like, and they're not going to teach that in schools because they want you to take out that money. They want you to put yourself in debt for the rest of your life until you die. That was always the goal. No, like the corporations want you to eat the sugar and become brain dead idiots and continue to buy and spend all your money on stuff that you really can't afford. That was the goal the whole time. You didn't know that? Yeah, no, we're cooked. Like, we're cooked.
In fact.
Would you like to see a fully communist America?
I think that there's so much in our system right now that would not allow for that, and I think that being like, especially like a quick switch would not work, but I would like to see late stage capitalism kind of taken back a little bit.
I agree with that. This lady's based. W. Yo, W.
Out of China, Soviet Union, Cuba, Venezuela, what's been your favorite form of communism?
Well, again, like I said before,
she's not... See, like, this kind of looked bad on Nick Shirley, I'm not gonna lie. She's not advocating for communism. She's saying that she would like... Communism intrinsically is not an immediate enemy to the state. Communism has good things in it. Like, you know, the fact that everybody gets a home, everybody has a job, everybody contributes. That's nice, right? The fact that the government has no voting and, you know, kills its people, that's bad, okay? Like, again, the one true melting pot, guys. Come on!
Why do you think oftentimes people flee?
Also, in China, don't they, like, if you're in high school and you don't meet the score requirements to go to high school, don't they immediately put you into a trade school? I think that'd be great. I think that if you can't make the scores to graduate out of middle school into high school, and you get put into a trade school, that's great. I think that's awesome. It would force these old boomers to relinquish their positions and give it to a younger generation that's more fitted to do the job. I think that's a great idea. I do. You could even have like placement testing, like the military, to figure out what trade you would be best in. I think that's a great idea.
Communist countries like Venezuela, like Cuba, to come into a capitalist country like America.
Because it's not real communism. When you have those states in effect where it's not actual communism, it's more authoritarianism and totalitarian.
Yo, W-based. Holy crap, dude, this lady's spitting! Yo, W! Bro, she knows what's up. She knows what's up.
And these regimes emerge also by a byproduct of American interventionism. People aren't happy because there's clear inequalities that exist. People are...
what the hell did America do to China? What do you mean? We helped China, if anything. I mean, look at their economy. They're the second biggest economy in the entire world. They're booming over there. What? How's that a byproduct? That seems like a pretty damn good byproduct. Like, what?
Unable to live. And that's why...
Look, I know you might not have agreed with what we did in World War II, but I'm sorry, but America's off limits, man. It's not for sale. I don't know what to tell you. Well, I mean, maybe it is. The way things look now, maybe it is.
These countries, again, not real communism. So I don't think it's fair to say...
No, these countries that, like, Cuba, China, I don't even know what else he had said, but, like, they're not real communism. They have capitalists. Well, China does. I can't speak for Cuba.
That like people are fleeing these communist countries when in reality it's a totally different state of affairs.
We've talked to a lot of these younger folks over by NYU, and some of them said that they don't think there's such a thing as a rise in communism.
That's so rude. I can't stand people that do that. Just let him finish what he's gonna say. Like, how are you listening to what he's saying if you're talking over him? You're not listening. Like that, like whenever you start a conversation with anybody and they immediately try to cut you off while you're talking, I just walk away. Because, like, you're obviously not listening. How can you listen and talk at the same time? You can't. It's not possible.
Because they actually never lived it. They don't know what it's like. They're not. I'm not saying they're not educated. They're book educated.
Yeah, they don't think communism is even rising here. Yet the mayor of New York City has said that he's actively freezing the rents. He wants to have government-run grocery stores. That's something you'd see in Cuba or Venezuela. Not something you'd see here inside the United States. We already have food stamps.
Well, he already said he was going to do free groceries. Now they're not free anymore. Now they're
free. Oh, did he? Did he say that? I heard it was free buses too, man. What's it like whenever you promise all these free things and then you tax the rich people more money and then they all leave? That seems like a problematic situation you put yourself in, huh, man, Tommy? I mean, I like the idea of the frozen rent. That's a great idea. But, like, bro.
discounted, so.
Also, we said about free MTA, mass transit. Can't do that either.
They also want to start taxing the rich even more. Do you think we should tax the rich more, or should we eliminate the fraud that's happening here?
I think you should eliminate the fraud and then tax. And then whenever, you know, like, you go for a time where your job is to just eliminate as much fraud as you can. And then after 8 years of your administration of completely decimating, deporting fraudsters, getting all that stuff cleaned up, then you roll in higher taxes on rich people if things are looking up, right? If things are looking better and you've got all the fraudsters either in jail or deported, if they're citizens, they should be in jail. If they're illegals or immigrants, they should be deported after they're denaturalized, right? You can't come here and take advantage of old people. It's fucked up. And then once you do that, once you use the justice system the way it's supposed to, right? This is all within, these are laws that are already made, YouTube. Then you start implementing higher taxes at the federal level towards rich people, right? That's what you do.
United States.
She'll eliminate the
This
fraud
is like a 16-year process. The sooner we start it, the sooner we can get it done.
a lot of the programs that are not hitting who needs it. You know,
the rich
get rid of all the waste and all the fraud and the government spending, and you will give rich people a reason to spend money in the government.
Have carried, and I'm only going to say New York, carried this state for a long time. Now it's just starting to see people are moving out. Companies, you got Chase that went down to Texas. You got half of the stock market just went down to Texas. So it's just black and white right there.
What do you think about the rise of communism here inside the United States?
Well, it's actually a reality. And not
I
a lot of
agree
people.
with that. But we should also take the ideas of other countries. We should take the good ideas that they have implemented in their governments and apply them to America. Like, how does raising your rent every single year benefit you? It doesn't. You're not getting paid more every single year, typically, right? At some jobs, some positions, when you get hired, unless you get promoted, you're capped. That's it. You're not going to make more. It doesn't go up. And legally, corporations do that. You know why? Because they can.
Take it seriously, I will say. For example, my background, right? I was born in Peru, South America. So I actually know how it is to live, because I was born in the 85. So I saw how bad it is and how it affects people actually, right? I came over here when I was very young. I serve in the military, right? I'm a veteran, and I see what's happening. People think that
I think that putting immigrants inside of the military is a great way to show your patriotism and your willingness to assimilate with American culture. I do. I think that if you want to come here as a refugee, they should put you through military, like into the military or into the Air Force or whatever you score highest in, right? Like you're given an aptitude test just like any American citizen. And here's the thing. You serve your term, right? You get the full benefits of an American citizen. You get given American citizenship. And here's another kicker. You earn your house, your health care, your monthly check, and you can get a Social Security check to boot. You know what I'm saying? That's what every single patriot in this country that fought for this country, every goddamn United States Army member, a military, Navy, I would give half benefits to National Guard, but I would still pay their rent. If they own a property or they have rent, then I would, I would do a portion of that and make that fair, That's how it should be. Like, this is ridiculous. How we just busting them in, like, you got to earn that stuff, bro.
Have everything for granted. They don't really appreciate what it costs to fight for freedom. When you get out of here, like when I was deployed, right, you see what the real world is, People fighting in different countries just for a piece of food or water.
So would you say to those people that don't think what's going on is a rise of communism, would you say they're being misled?
Oh, absolutely. It's just that
This dude came from a communist country. He knows. This is an immigrant that I want in America. I will fight for this person to stay here. You understand me? I want this immigrant in my country. You know why? Because he's not a goddamn immigrant. He's not I don't even know where he said he was from. He's not an African American. He's not an Asian American. He's not a fucking immigrant American. You know what he is? He's an American. He served this country. He did. He's an American. He assimilated. He learned English. He understands what it's like to be an American. He didn't move here and then get handed a house. I want 100,000 for every illegal we send out. If we get 2 people just like this, I'd be fine with that. 100%. No criminal record, comes in, does everything by the book, does what he needs to get done, gets his hands dirty, does the job, boom, American citizenship. Welcome to America. God bless America. Happy to have you here, big dog.
Don't care, and actually when they see people like, I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but the mayor we have, right? All the promises, he's telling people free buses, free this, free that.
What I've been saying, man, I don't get paid enough to be as right as I am. Let me tell you what. I love hearing from somebody that fully assimilated to American culture, that communist parties did. How many times have I said that what Mamdani is promising, what he talks about with these free buses, he never explained one time, the entire interviews that he did, how he was going to get those free buses. But he could sure tell you how he was going to do everything else. He sure told everyone how he was going to do everything but those free buses and that free food. Because that was never his goal. It's a trick, just like the Democratic Socialists. They're offering universal basic health care, universal basic income. Ain't going to be no universal basic health care and health care and income. They're going to push the other agenda. They're going to abolish the police. They're going to abolish the Senate. They're going to abolish the presidency. That's what they're going to do. They're going to tell you how they're going to do it too, but they'll never tell you how you're going to get universal basic income or universal basic health care. You're being tricked.
Again, where's the money coming from? There's no money, and instead of that, now you're raising taxes, right? And all the people, wealthy people, that actually creates jobs to make more money.
They're leaving
somewhere else. Now where you get the money from?
Why do you think communism is on the rise, and what do you think about communism?
I think communism sells. It's such a simple idea and message. It obviously doesn't work at all, but it's something that you could so easily say to a young, naive college person or young person in general. You can say everything should be free, and healthcare should be free, and universal, and education should be free, but people don't really understand the ramifications behind that statement.
Why is it free? Well, it's free because everybody has to partake. Everybody is partaking in that system. Everybody. And if you don't like partaking in that system, they send you to a camp just for refusing to work, and they force you to work. Not for committing a crime, but because you didn't want to. That's what happens to you. They call it an education program.
So, I mean, this is nothing new. People have been trying to sell the idea of socialism and communism for years.
You know what's crazy about America is there are homeless people that are like, yeah, I'm homeless, and I love being homeless. Literally, that's what they do.
Years and years and years. I mean, obviously, in pre-Soviet Russia, you had communism. That's where a lot of it started. You had the Mensheviks and the Bolsheviks. And the Mensheviks were kind of like your mainstream run-of-the-mill Democrat. And then you had the Bolsheviks. This was way back in like the 1800s, 1900s. And the Bolsheviks came in. They were kind of like the DSA activists of today. And they said, well, the Mensheviks and the Democrats aren't being radical enough, and they aren't promising you all the things that we're promising you. We can give you free education and universal health care and all of these great things. And then they never deliver. So that happened back in the day. It's just like a recurring ideology. History is a big fat circle. And it's happening again because it's such an easy thing to sell, but it's never worked. Didn't work in Russia or the Soviet Union or China or Venezuela.
Or Cuba.
Communism never works, but it's such an easy idea to try to convince people to vote others in with. So I hope that people read because those who know history do not repeat it. So we just have to teach kids.
Unfortunately, it seems like even now they can't read in school. So even if you teach it to them, they probably won't be able to spell it. Cocomelon cooked the generation.
Why it doesn't work.
What does it mean to be a part of the DSA and be a Democrat socialist? What's that?
Let's move on from this because we have managed to eat up all our damn time again. I'm choosing the bingo card this time, damn it. I'm choosing the bingo card. I'm gonna choose, what do we have? Okay, so I wanna watch this. Woman plows through store while fleeing. We got firefighters, septum piercing, calls for mommy, have a kid, warrants her priors, speeds over 70, officer has to break the window. It might be this one, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it might be this one. Excuse me, it might be this one. Let me get my playlist ready. Come on. This is B? Piercings, biting, exorcism, bangs head, beanbag, swamp bag. I think it might be this one. The card A. Being arrested, feral, neon hair, powder, incoherent, spit hood, first name basis, stop sticks, race cars, spray. I'm gonna go with the other one. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with A. Let's do A. Oh, that's Discord. Damn, I wasn't able to get the disc. Dude, that Nick Shirley video, I'm actually kind of happy we finished that thing. There's just so much to talk about in that video.
She's crashed into Alta,
Oh, dude, what?
Hello?
Hello. Did you just drive over the train tracks?
No, we've been sitting right here. Y'all just pulled past us and rode past.
Yeah. I mean, we got a description for a white SUV that drove over the train tracks. And you have a flat tire.
Yeah, we got a flat tire now because we just tried to pull over, but that was not us that pulled over.
Whereabouts are you coming from? Whereabouts are you coming from?
I got it. Hey, babe, I gotta pee, and we were trying to pull over, and we got pulled over.
We're gonna be out with that possible.
What the? What? 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 Like, bro, she's blatantly ignored the cop. Like, what?
Vehicle, Washington and
You calling your boyfriend, your husband because you got to use the bathroom and you got pulled over? What about the cop that's, dude, like, we gotta make a law to where, like, if you're like, no. I thought about it, I was like,
There
no.
are times we said we sped off at the train tracks.
Ma'am.
Because, like, then cops are going to be arresting people because they're going to be like, oh, well, you're on your phone calling somebody instead of complying with police. That's like,
It's kind of like a yes
that's
or
a gray
no.
area.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of a yes or no. Did you drive over the train? Did you drive on the train?
No, I didn't drive over the train tracks, but I did slow down and put my brakes on so we could park right here to go in to pee.
No.
What? What? Dude, it's like she completely talked over the, like, what? No, I didn't go into the train tracks, but I did slow down to park right. Like, what? No one asked about you slowing down to park right here. Did you? What?
I get you there, but
no, I did not.
Let me finish. Why are you getting so aggressive? I'm asking.
Because I am.
She's getting aggressive because she did something she was supposed to do. That's why.
You're sitting up here asking me the same question over and over, and I'm kind of.
Yeah, because you're not answering the question. He asked the question 3 times, and you answered it once, and you didn't even answer it correctly, and now you're getting aggressive.
You're not answering me.
I'm intimidated.
You're intimidated.
No one cares about your intimidation. You have to abide by the law. You have to answer police questions, or else they're gonna show you what intimidation looks like by putting you in handcuffs and bringing the piggy to the pound. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
By me asking if you drove
all the way to the
I
pound.
already answered the question. I sat up here and I pulled over.
Okay, well you got a flat tire, and you also
we had a flat tire before you pulled over the train tracks.
And you all.
So you just said that you went over the train tracks. But you said you didn't go over the train track. Oh, I had a flat tire before we went over the train tracks. This lady is completely cooked. She's so stupid. Oh my God, this lady is dumb.
You also have all this
Is
grass
there a
on the front
passenger?
end of your car.
Wait, what?
You also have all this grass on the front end of your car.
Oh, she did it. She did it. She did it. Her demeanor, the way she's acting, she did it. That was her. That was her.
Let me rephrase this question for you. Were you at 4th and Center in front of Little Bros, that little burger place? You weren't there?
4th and Center?
Morning, Caitlin.
No.
Okay. How'd you get the flat?
We got the flat before we even crossed the train.
But you just said you just said you didn't. Oh my God. Bro.
Hey, mans, when did you get the flat? Listen, man, I want you guys to get home safe.
I hear you, bro.
Bro, I bet she's cheating on him. She on the phone with her, whoever that is that she's talking to, calling him bae. She got another man up in this car. Bro, I bet that's why she's acting the way she's acting. It's because she knows she's in a lot of trouble right now.
I'm just trying to figure this out, man. We got a BOL.
Secretly, this is the one we watched yesterday. That's the girl that was like almost getting run over by that dude that was abusing her in that Circle K or whatever. This is like the day before.
For a white SUV with that drove on the train tracks, man. So when did you guys get the flat, bro?
I've been on the radio.
Where are you guys coming from then?
Here.
Where's here?
Oh my God. Holy, bro. I mean, would this qualify as incoherent? Like, this seems really incoherent. It's really, really incoherent or stupid. I don't even have that on this card. That really sucks.
We parked here.
Yeah, where are you coming from?
You want to answer that? Because I don't have time to have this.
Hey, Blitz, are you good for a sec?
Yeah.
Front driver's side's flat. She said that they didn't drive on the train track. They said they noticed it was popped, so they just pulled over here.
Hey, bro, just roll down the window. Yeah, just roll down. Appreciate you. Yeah. Were you trying to show me something?
Oh, no, I was just...
bro, I didn't know. I'm like literally ordering. She hit the train tracks, bro. Be honest with us, man. You can be straight with us, bro.
They stopped us right here.
The guy in passenger seat says he doesn't remember when she said she never once drove on a train track.
Any indication of alcohol?
I don't know. She's really not talking to me. She's just on the phone with one of her friends. She's like ignoring all my questions, but she just keeps denying driving on the train track.
So, she has to piss, like, bad. Like right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That's why I'm trying to get in here, and y'all sitting up here pulling us over like we did something wrong, and that's why...
You did do something wrong. the front of your tires popped, you got grass up underneath your bumper, and the police are asking you if you did something that you clearly probably did.
Making us
No one cares if you got to use the bathroom. If you just fess up to what you did during this investigation, then they wouldn't have to sit here and do all this. They'd let you go. They give you a nice little. They'd probably just give you a warning, right? And she'd just be like, I got to use the bathroom so bad. I'm sorry, I did it. It was my bad. Look, if you got to give me a ticket, that's fine. I might need a police escort to like get to the bathroom in time, please. Please.
Again, I what you saying, though.
We don't know.
But she ain't got. She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to use the bathroom. That's the thing. She doesn't have to, so it doesn't matter. That's not why she's acting the way she's acting.
Let me just explain something real quick. So I don't know if you heard what my partner said beforehand, but he said that we stopped you for a BOL. We had a BOL, which means to be on the lookout for a white SUV that drove over the train tracks.
Hell yeah. No, I had my AirPods out, so I was like,
hey,
what's going on?
No, you're good, bro.
Do you guys know why you have like branches underneath your car then too?
Because we're all riding through the same area. Do you know where I live? There's nothing but trees and sticks over there.
I mean, there's trees everywhere.
Do you know where I live?
Why would he know where you live? No one cares about where you live.
Where you live.
Exactly. So if you knew where I live, you know where there's trees and sticks and branches under my car. They're trying to arrest us and pull us over for a bunch of bullshit.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Did I ever say that you were under arrest?
I'm not talking to you.
Hey, ask if she had alcohol to drink.
Miss, have you had any alcohol today?
No, but I'm sitting up here on the phone with my boyfriend right now.
Okay,
Really? You got your boyfriend on the phone, and you got another dude in your car. Another dude in your car that has a grill. Right? Huh.
With this drink right here, is this alcohol? What is this?
Where? Water?
No, in the other one right there.
A sweet
You know which one he's pointing at, lady. Don't sit there and do that.
Okay, let me see that can real quick. Not that one. The can.
Lady.
Can we get out and go to the bathroom?
Now she got to use the bathroom again, huh?
Oh, hello.
Ooh, she thinks she's
that can
slick.
that's under your purse. What is that?
He said, give me my ticket so we can go on about our business.
What's that? Right now we're trying to figure out what's going on. You guys aren't telling us. Right now we're just investigating right now, okay? We're checking camera footage to see if you guys ran over the tracks or not. That's what we're doing right now. We got someone checking, okay?
So he's saying because y'all do not have no probable cause, y'all don't have a warrant, we can't get our ticket and we can't leave.
You have damage to the front driver's side, right?
We don't have.
They're doing an
So right now,
investigation. You're detained. You're not under arrest. There's a difference. You're being detained for an investigation. Driving off would be an impediment of that investigation, which will get you a lot of felony charges and, get you a great mugshot.
Yes, you
we
do.
Don't have damage to the front driver's side. Look out, because we have cameras just like y'all have cameras. We don't have front damage to the front.
Well, you stupid as hell. Because there's like several cops there now that are saying that the front of your bumper is damaged.
Hey, Flint, I'll be right back. Anything? Well, she's claiming she never was on 4th, and she said she had no alcohol to drink tonight. There's a Long Island in the center council, but she said I think she's not answering questions about that.
Mm-hmm. Dodging it.
Hey, miss, my sergeant's right there. Can you talk to my sergeant?
In some states, I don't know if it's in this state, it's illegal to have an open alcoholic beverage inside of your car. So, like, if this is I don't even know what it's called, but if this is a state where they don't allow that, where you can't have an open beverage, alcoholic beverage in your car like that, and it's an immediate arrest. Like,
I need you to open your window. I see alcohol in the center console. I need to identify you.
Hello?
That's my sergeant. Can you talk to my sergeant?
I see an open can of alcohol in your center console. So
water?
Okay. All I know is I see that. So no, there was
a can of sweet tea.
There was a cut water. There's a cut water.
That's not mine.
Okay. I need to identify you as a driver. Now that I see that in plain view, we need to see your identification. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Hello. Do you hear that? Okay.
Oh, there she goes! There she goes! Oh, what do we got? So we gotta mark that. Warrants, priors, no kid, call mommy, cease your app, septum, takes off or running. Ooh! Oh, boys, we already getting it, boys. Bet she has priors too. Beanbag, final form, pepper spray, suspect missing some or all clothing, race card. I didn't see no race card being thrown. I'm sure that'll happen though eventually, right? Surely. Ooh, I hope she gets tased. Please tase her.
3 from 7. That
I want to see her urinate herself. Tase her.
Northbound Washington through the red light.
Damn. You know what makes this 100 times worse? The fact that it's raining out too. So the roadway is slick. Woo! And she's got one busted tire already.
Still northbound Washington. Just past University.
Doing a felony to avoid a misdemeanor.
Vehicle's braking for the red light. Turning into the middle school right now.
What is she doing at the middle school? Yo!
Vehicle's still traveling about 35 miles an hour. It's going through the stop signs.
There's no way she's not drunk, bro. She got an open alcoholic beverage in her car.
56 miles an hour.
I bet that dude in the seat is just like, what are you doing?
Still westbound Farnham.
What is that? Passenger door open. He's trying to get out, bro. He's trying to get out. He's like, bitch, let me out of here. Let me out of here. You crazy as hell. Let me out of here. I ain't trying to go to jail.
Passenger door is open.
Yo! Bro, just tuck and roll, man. Just tuck and roll. He trying to get it. Yo! Yo! Like, this is just like a first date or whatever. And she's like, she just drove off, right? He finds out that she's cheating on her like boyfriend or whatever. He's just like, this lady's crazy. Like
54 miles an hour. Vehicle almost ran through a whole leaf pop. Still westbound Farnham, Maple Grove. Southbound Oak Ridge, she's at a dead end.
Oh, that is a big time dead end. Oh, and now we're off-roading. What is this, like a park or something? Yo, this way. Oh!
She crashed into Alta.
Oh. She's still trying to run, bro. She's still trying to run.
Put your hands out the window now. Put your hands up. Put your hands out the window now.
That dude just wants to get out. You can't say he wasn't trying to get up, dude. I would vouch for him. If I was the front cop in that, I'd be voucher. I'd be like, that dude trying to get out, man. He don't want any part of this. That poor dude in the passenger seat, man. Oh, look, he's trying to get out. He's still trying to get out. She's trying to drive away, bro. Yeah, no, dude. Oh, dude. He took him out. She took him out with the door. Yo, this bitch is crazy.
Stop the car!
Bro, you need to shoot her. I'm sorry, but like, she just hit a passenger, bro. She just hit him with the door. Dude, she's gonna run him over.
Stop the...
Yo!
Ray, she just collided with 807. She's trying to move the car.
Yo, look, she's trying to run him over! Yo! You gonna help that dude or not?
Stop the... Oh, back up.
Yeah, she's totally listening to that!
Back up.
Holy! Yo! Yeah, just keep saying it, dude. Just keep saying it. I'm sure eventually she'll listen, right? Come on. Let's use some brain cells. She doesn't care.
Sarge, back up.
Bro.
Sarge, back up. Back up.
You might as well put that firearm away. You ain't gonna shoot that. Might as well go on, put that gun away. You ain't gonna do nothing. Go on, put that away. Waste of breath. Dude, she just up in there tearing that bitch apart. She just tearing that bitch apart, bro. Secretly, she works there, right?
Heads up, little.
He's like, this goddamn place is the reason why I'm drinking. Fuck this place. I hate this place.
Sir, do you want us to move? Get back.
Morning, Golden Gaming. W Golden Gaming over on Twitch.
Hey, passenger's still inside.
Okay. Passenger's still in
No, inside the car. Or inside the store.
There's a passenger.
Yeah. Dude, where is the passenger? Is he okay? Where's he at? Bro's been trying to, like, get up out of there since that started.
Store?
Yes.
I actually kind of feel bad for him, dude.
Hands! I got it right here!
He's just like, please help me. Help me. He's just like, help. She's trying to run me over.
Little, I'm going over here. I'm going over here.
Hey, Sarge, come with me to the other side of the building just in case.
I know, right? I hope he's okay. He got taken out by the door.
Lock doors off now!
I don't think you have to worry about this guy. This guy's been trying to jump up out of that car since this started. He trying to get out of there, bro. He don't want no part of this. I don't blame him either. I'd be like, you let me the hell out of here. They'll be trying to get some kidnapping charge on that too. That's crazy. She's insane. Where is she? Bro, look at that store. It's completely destroyed, bro. I'd hate to be the employees that have to clean all that up, dude. Because you know they're going to get employees for that. Yo!
Come this way!
Back towards me now!
You see him over there? I see his hands! I see his hands! Look, there he is! Look! It's like, please don't shoot me! I didn't know her! Yo! He's like, please! Because, like, in his perspective, he also has to be careful with the car, and there's still a whole car in there with a crazy person driving around. Where is she at? It's like, don't shoot me, but don't run me over, please.
Keep going. Come outside now.
There he goes. There he goes. There he goes.
Come outside.
There he goes.
Hands! Okay, I'm good. Get down! Get down! Get down! I didn't do anything.
I'm not even going to disagree with him. I don't think he did anything, but he also should be, like, detained for questioning. I hope they get the paramedics out there to look him over in case he got hurt and he doesn't realize it, dude. That's a scary situation to be in.
Where's the car?
Is he gonna drive in there? Yo! Dude, there's no way that they would... Dude, what? Really? I guess they have to, huh? Oh, look, there she is. How long has she been there?
I'm going over here. I'm going over here. I got the door.
They break the window? It looked like they broke the window. They definitely broke the window. They broke the window. They broke the window for sure. Where's it at? Did she have a septum piercing? I didn't even notice if she had a septum. She might have a nose ring. Hold on. Wait a minute. Where the hell is break? Oh, right here. Breaks window. Does she have a septum piercing? What's going on? Oh, come on, YouTube.
You guys get home safe. You're intimidated?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't have a nose ring. I don't think, right? She didn't get a nose ring. No, she don't got a nose ring. Be right here. Yeah. This lady's insane, bro. Absolutely not. Bro, he was trying to jump out the thing. What you talking about? Dude, in the chase, he was literally trying to jump out of the car. Yo. Whoa.
No, I'm cool with that. Don't know when you're tired of here. Yep. I don't even drink, so I'm cool. I'm cool with that, officer. I don't got no argument.
It doesn't even matter if you drank, dude. The fact is if she drank and she did all that, she's in a lot of trouble right now. She's in a lot of trouble.
At all.
Radio from 7, we got passenger in custody. We're detaining, or we're putting the driver in custody now.
Oh, he told me not to do
Okay,
that.
yeah, enough.
So that's obviously not her kid or anything like that. That's probably another dude that she was cheating on with, right? Uh-huh.
Is this the same officer I just had? Yes, bro. All right, I'm cool, bro. In the back. You on the same part?
Oh, damn.
He told me not to do that. I didn't
Just stop.
know.
Okay, just stop moving. It's all over now. Hey, we still looking for him?
No, both are in custody. Clint, you got passenger, right?
He's back here.
Perfect.
Is everyone at Ultra secure right now?
A firm radio, we're secure.
Bro, that poor store, dude. That store is cooked, man. That looked like a nice store, too. That sucks.
The male suspect, De Niro, was issued a citation for open intoxicants in a motor vehicle and is presumed innocent unless
Really? That's a thing? I didn't even know that was a thing.
proven guilty in a court of law.
Huh.
The female suspect, Katrina, was found to have a blood alcohol concentration of 0.21, over double the legal limit.
Ooh, did that strike something, or is it 3x? Oh man, there it is. There it is. Look at that.
She was charged with her second offense of OWI.
Oh, look
malicious
at that. We got a collectible cube, boys. We got us a collectible cube. Actually, you know what? Oh, let me go back right quick. Damn it. How do you go back? Got a collectible cube. Warrants or priors. We got a couple with that one. Hold on, wait a minute. Close, drone, zapper, didn't get no electricity, didn't go over 70. Damn! We got collectible cube, warrants, priors, calls to mommy, nothing else, huh?
destruction of police property, felony malicious destruction of property under $20,000, felony malicious destruction of a building over $20,000, 2 counts of felony assault on a police officer, and felony third-degree fleeing and eluding.
Those are all felonies!
She took a plea deal, pleading guilty to all charges in exchange for a sentence of 1 year in jail and 3 years of probation. She will be released back into the public in March of 2020.
Why? Keep her there. What does she need to get out in public for?
Katrina was ordered to pay $258,563.
Yo, she just gonna file for bankruptcy. There's no way, man.
Restitution. $233,164 of that goes to Ulta Beauty, and another $25,399 goes to the city of Royal Oak, Michigan. This debt could potentially follow her for the rest of her life, and filing bankruptcy doesn't necessarily give her an escape hatch either.
Damn, bro. Okay. Yo, W Midwest Safety for giving us that insight. Heck yeah.
Restitution imposed as a part of a criminal sentence generally can't just be wiped away through bankruptcy. And to think she could be almost $250,000 less in debt if she simply complied during that traffic stop. So ask yourself honestly, whatever you're trying to avoid in that moment, is it actually worth
it? Ain't worth that. Especially if you're that stupid.
You could be creating for yourself for the rest of your life.
Yo, W Midwest Safety. W Midwest Safety. Heck yeah, bro. Yo, W Stream, that was a good video. Duh. Man, Midwest Safety's always got the hookup for us. That was awesome. That was an awesome video. That was an awesome stream. Chat. We will be back on tomorrow bright and early. Look forward to seeing y'all here. To those of you that don't and don't show up on the weekends, I'll see you on Monday. To those of you that will be here either Saturday or Sunday, I'll see you then. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay friendly. Stay away from crazy people. Don't drive a car through a store. You might have life-altering debt that you'll never be able to pay off. Something ain't right here. Hold on. Something ain't right. Something is screwed. Something's wacky here. Hold on. Something's wacky here. Okay, there it goes. Boop. Stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Stay away from crazy people. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole life. You never know. I will see y'all tomorrow. Please go out and make sure y'all comment on the videos and like the videos and hype the videos. It's doing wonders. Like the videos, you know what I'm saying? Do all that good stuff. Leave comments to comments. Comment on videos. All that stuff helps out with viewership. On everything. Go comment. Go talk and chitter chatter on the comments, guys, please. I'll probably get back to doing Discord tomorrow now that we're done. We're finally done with the Nick Shirley video. So tomorrow I'll be able to, look at other stuff. Finally, back to Discord and Fox. But I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Thank you so much for being here. Chat, stream. Y'all are awesome. Keep doing y'all.
To fight, to die on. And this is my game to play.